Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Jerry, and you're watching 3DHP. It's time for the Saturday Hangout, and I have a couple guests back stream. All morning, I've been sitting around watching videos from Murph and on Facebook, different people streaming, friends of mine, Matt, and let's see, who else? Dan the Man, Tripod, I think, will be. He was yesterday, and I've invited him to join us today. He may or may not drop in from Murph, but anyway, I got a couple guys in the back here. Let me bring him in and say hey to them. Hey, Matt, what's going on?
Hey, yeah, pretty good.
Well, hello.
How's everybody?
Liam, how's it going, buddy? You're muted. There he is.
Do sign language.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing good. Busy morning. Watching Murph, watching Dan live stream from Murph, and then I jumped over here onto my live stream, and now I'm with your live stream, and then God knows where I'll be in a couple of hours' time.
Yeah, I got hardly no sleep all night long. I don't know if it's because I drank a Monster and Mountain Dew yesterday, but I mean, I literally got almost no sleep. I was up in the middle of the night on Facebook, and I started feeling kind of dizzy, and I laid back down, and then my wife called early and said, "Why are you still sleeping?" And then I got up, and you were on, and anyway, let's say hi to some people in chat. Hello, Andrew S. Hello, how you doing, buddy? What's going on, Andrew? Let's see, Loopy Lou. Hello, Ram Design. What's going on, Ram Design? I've seen you this morning on Liam stream.
Yep.
Kieran down in Australia. Hello, Kieran. Richard Pryor, H. Colorado. Nonstick, what's going on? Tyler West. Hey, Tyler, how you doing? Waiting for wife to get home, then I'll hop on. Awesome. That'll be very cool. Yeah, anybody out there wants to join in, the stream link is in chat. I'll repost it right here. As long as I know who you are and you're not a troll, which has happened to me very rarely, but it's happened, I'll let you on the stream and we can hang out and talk about what you got going on. But yeah, I don't know. I had OBS in the background earlier running, and I couldn't get it to sync up with StreamYard, so I turned it off. Liam and Ike gave me some great tips on what to do, so I don't have to run a virtual camera. So I'll definitely take care of that. It kind of sucks when you do this from home and you don't know how to get your lighting just right, or what programs to run, or how to get the Stream Deck and all the buttons working how you want. I wish I could afford to hire somebody to come into my house and just make it all perfect, but I can't. So you pick up little tips here and there. And anyway, what's going on?
The virtual camera is great when you want to do overlays into some other streaming service other than direct from OBS. But if you want to do it, if you're doing OBS to YouTube, and that, then you don't need a virtual camera because you can actually do it via scenes and set stuff up that way. That's what I do. That's why I just have buttons. Scene selection buttons on my stream deck. So, who said it? Kieran said that Chuck Hallebuck was on Dan's stream a while ago. Check.
Yeah, I'm looking for a comment here if I can find it.
Yeah, there it was. Kieran Clark says, yeah.
Go ahead and keep jabbering for a minute. I'm trying to find something here. Comment.
Sure, no problem. So let's see who else is on. Hey, Kieran. Hey, Hybotics. Hey, Nonstick. What's this one?
Okay, I'm going to try to pronounce this.
Des Logos, is it?
Des Logos, 3D Printing. Yeah. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah.
I forget your name. I was just looking on YouTube. You've been on my channel for years and years now, and I was looking for your name to call you by name, but I can't remember what it was. And you just posted this morning that you tried to drop in. Hello, how you doing? And I believe he's over in the UK.
Oh, cool. Who else on? H. Colorado's there. Tyler. Who else is on? Richard Pryor, you already mentioned him. Ram Design, you mentioned him. Matt German, that guy, yeah, he's on too.
Yeah, a little over a week ago, I hit 2,505 subs. So I was happier than dog doo-doo. So I got online. I'm telling everybody about it. I said when I was going to have my live stream. Then a few hours after that, 40 of them dropped off, 30 or
That's
40
normal.
people. It's like, what in the hell happened? I just had them. And then instantly, within hours, I lost 30 or 40 people. But
That's normal.
And I was going to have my giveaway today, but since Murph is going on, a lot of people won't be able to come on and watch. I figured I'll do it next Saturday. But a lot of prizes are for the U.S., most of them, because a lot of the companies in the U.S. will only ship to the U.S. But I have found other companies, including Anycubic, probably for 2 bottles of big resin. They want to donate 2 small ones, and I talked Spring into 2 big bottles. She's getting it approved, so I will have more giveaways that will be outside of the country and Canada. And I might even get more people come on before next week. But at the moment, I have around 30 giveaways. 3 rolls of filament from this company and that company. And, it's a lot of cool stuff. And lots of STL models, which of course are worldwide. And, it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be great.
I can't wait for it.
And then Kieran sent me $50, so I'm going to buy 2 $25 Amazon gift cards. And based on exchange rate, they'll be US 25. Wherever you live in the world, if you have Amazon, then I'm going to give away 2 gift cards for $25, and Kieran supplied the money for that. Hey, Lama, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Yes, Spring.
Hey, Lama.
It's kind of Kieran said he's happy I didn't burn my house down. Well, no, because I'm Ike. I know what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you all saw the one from this morning. It came out really good, right?
Hey. If you're new to the stream, okay, hold on here. Let me make it big.
Take your time. So this was one of the ones I did this morning, but I decided to try and do another one. I did one slightly fainter, which was a faster burn, but I decided to try something different. So I tried this one as well. That looks really good. Look at the detail in that.
Very nice.
It's a well-focused laser. And that took 5 minutes. So that's fast.
And if you guys are wondering who Ike is, here's another picture of him. There's Ike right there.
That's Jerry representation of me.
Yeah.
Only one difference is I actually have hair.
Yeah. On the show one day, he was hanging out on my live stream, and he had a big old frown on his face, and I thought of that character right away, so I had to go download it.
Thanks, Lama.
Yeah. Typically on Lightburn, when I use it with my K40, there's a location icon. Looks like a upside down teardrop. I will click on the corner of my bed anywhere. It'll go to that point, and then I set it down, and then I just do what do you call it? Perimeter. What do you call it?
Oh yeah, the frame.
Frame. Then I'll run a frame around and get it just right, and then start to burn. But when you were first starting, it was making really big passes. I couldn't figure out why it was going so far.
It was the image
right there.
It was the image.
Okay.
So, but when I went, because it goes out to the border and beyond the border of the image. But it's also because I was doing it so fast, because I had the speed set so high. It needs to do acceleration and deceleration to hit the part at the right speed. So it start out further away, move in, accelerate, be over the part at the speed it needs, and then slow down again, and then over distance. So it needs that to augment the inertia of the head.
So what's going on, Matt? What have you been up to? I know you won a printer yesterday on Honey Badger's stream.
I know, I did.
What printer?
I'm very happy about it. The Homa.
Oh, okay.
So I'm really happy about it.
They're nice machines.
Yeah. So next week, Saturday, I'm going to have it.
So you're going to do an unboxing?
No.
Okay. So you're going to show us your first print live?
Maybe by Wednesday.
Hangout and you can show it to us next Saturday when it's up.
No, next Saturday I'm picking it up. So
see, all I'm hearing now is Jerry's excuses.
Yeah, you can take, when you build it, if you didn't want to do a video, if you're not comfortable, you can take pictures of different steps and post it over on your Facebook group, and you can kind of tell a little bit about it in a write-up with pictures.
Yeah, I can do that.
That's another way to do it.
So, but we want to see it working, right?
Yes. I will have a space
And
for it.
see those G-techs that are in the background? We expect one of them to be pulled out to make room for it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Honey Badger. I figured that they would have had a lot more people show up. They only had like 20 or 30 people there. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, they're giving away a printer, T-shirts, cups, stickers, all kinds of things, and only 20 showed up. I mean, I'm giving away a ton of stuff next week, like around 30-ish prizes, and I sure hope I have over 100 people. If I have 20 or 30 people, of course, that's better for the people that are watching to win. But usually people come out of the woodwork when you give away stuff, so I'm hoping to have a lot of makers. Lots and lots of people drop in. That'd be awesome. Hey, here we got Karen right here. Hey, Karen, how you doing?
Good. Hank.
How's things down under?
Not too bad. And just seeing Tripod's just driving Eggbot up and down the aisles there on Dan's stream at the moment.
All
Yeah,
right.
he was set up next to Dan, and then I see Matt Farmer was walking around with his cell phone on Facebook. 3D Print Noob, the guy that runs the group, the admin, and I didn't see Tripod there, but Tripod seemed to try to drop in if he could. Their internet is real shady there. There's so many people getting on, it's kind of fuzzy.
Yeah.
But if you're on a cell phone, it's got perfect quality. At least Matt's did.
Yeah,
I just watched it. He just drove it past the picture. It's just gone out of view now. Tripod's trying to look for it now. I can't see it. He's sitting there looking down the aisle for it at the moment. He drove right
Wow.
past.
So we've got Matt won a printer and his girlfriend won a mug and 2 stickers. Wow, there's half the prizes.
Yeah, I won the metal steel, the flex steel bed, but the only thing is, what size is that print? Is that bed? Because I don't know what it'll fit on.
I'm not sure. Holding it up, it looked like an undersize, and he wasn't sure if you had something that little. That's what it looked like. Probably like a 220 or so.
It might fit my my Focus. It might fit that printer. No one could. Okay, you know what? You should kick him out for that comment.
Well, he's not in yet. Actually, if you guys haven't heard, I can read a list off.
Do.
Let me go to my. I can't see it right now. But let me go to my YouTube page.
Did you hear back from any of the printer companies?
What, me?
No, I haven't.
No, Jerry.
Okay, let's see. Nope, that's not it.
Marcus and Ethan have just turned up on the stream too, beside Dan. Marcus and his son have turned up.
Yeah, they were there this morning as well. When
that's good.
Dan went live.
It's been a great turnout considering.
And Ethan
There's a
and
lot
Mark.
of empty tables though. There's an awful lot of empty tables there.
Okay, here's the
It's
list.
filled up a lot better this morning.
Good.
Not today. Yeah.
Here's a list of my current giveaways. Printed Solid is having 3 giveaways, 2 rolls of Jesse PLA in each giveaway. A total of 6 rolls, 3 winners.
Nice.
Sanic is donating 1 STL model off his site. That's worldwide. ZYLTECH is having 3 giveaways, 2 rolls each of the Bahama Blue and Seagrass Teal PLA. Unfortunately, that's USA only. Tony Chambers, which runs a group called 3D Model Crowdfund, he commissions models that he sells. He's going to donate $100 towards any one person to win and buy a couple of his models, 2 or 3, 4 of his models off of his list because he commissions models. Let's see. Chris Zendrick, a friend of mine here online, he don't currently have his channel up, but he's doing 1 giveaway for a liter of Elegoo water washable resin. TH3D Studios giving away 1 of his Easy ABL Pro kits. That'll be USA only. McWeen 3D out of Florida is giving away 2 coupon codes worth $45 and free shipping to the U.S. 3D Wicked Patreon he's having 3 giveaways on his STL site, his models, and he has a statue diorama and then a bust of that statue. So whoever on the 3 giveaways, they'll get a statue diorama and a bust. And that'll be 3 giveaways. That will be worldwide. Let's see. Dennis Moore is having 2 giveaways. It'll be a file from this one site that he has. I'll show the pictures, and a chibi file from his other site. That'll be worldwide. Coex 3D is donating 2 spools of PLA ABS or PETG off their site from Coex. It's USA only. EM3D, Ethan Makes, is going to have some codes for his iPhone 10 or above scanner app so you can scan things, and they're good for 30 days once you get them. And that's worldwide. Autodrop 3D is doing 1 giveaway for 3 rolls of Jesse Yellow PLA. That'll be USA only, and he already sent me the money to purchase that. Matt German, which is on the screen with us now, is donating 2 finished lithopanes that are in color, and he can show them here in a minute, and he will ship them out UK only on those drawings. Kieran Clark, which is on stream with us, sent me $50, and I'm doing 2 $25 Amazon gift cards that will be in USD currency. That will be worldwide if you have an Amazon, and if you win and don't have an Amazon, I'll make other arrangements to get the money to you. Nico Industries is donating 2 models of his choice. That'll be worldwide. He hasn't told me which models yet. Makers Hub is giving away 1 random roll of PLA that'll be USA only. I'm not sure what kind yet. Spring from Anacubic is giving away 2 large bottles of their Craftsman resin, a new resin they came out with, and I've got they're sending me a bottle to test. I should get it in the next couple days, and I'll do a video on it. It looks real interesting. Let's see. Let me keep going. Wham Bam Systems is donating 3 of their original slat mats, and that'll be 3 giveaways. Their orange slat mats are great to use for soldering, for resin, for just painting, just about anything. They wipe up and clean real easy, and that will be worldwide. And at the moment, that's all that I have, and that's a lot of stuff, Mama. And
That's a lot of stuff.
What do you think?
About a half local and about a half around the world with the SDR.
Yeah,
That's
that's
great.
Yeah, a lot of
Great giveaway swag bag, man.
Yeah,
That's a
that'll be cool. So if only 20 or 30 people up, I'm going to be really bummed. But I'm hoping we get over 100 or more people. I'll have a Google Doc right before the stream next Saturday. I'll post it probably an hour or 2 early. You have to be present to win. You need to be over 18 years old. And yeah, it'll be a great stream. And Tim from DeWitt 3D in Canada will be my co-host. And please check out Tim's channel at DeWitt 3D and sub and like and all that. And it'll be a blast. And if we get through the stream too fast, and I don't think I will, I'll do a hangout afterwards. And each company that I mention or person, I will show their webpage or something, and we'll kind of go over it real quick, and then I'll do that drawing. Once we get down to Matt's drawing for the UK, I'll probably have you enter a word in chat for those 2 giveaways, and then I will, if you're in the UK, and then I'll have a StreamYard giveaway tool. So,
Jerry,
yes.
What happens if you don't get these last 20 subscribers?
Yeah, that's weird. Like I said, I had 2505, and I'm telling everybody about it, and then it went, yeah. I'm at like 2487. It'll be back up by Friday.
It'll jump.
It'll be back up.
Yeah. No, I said I've been watching the numbers, and it's sitting there just over 2480. It's not quite got the 2490. It's been
you all watch everybody else seems to watch everyone's numbers except the person. Like,
yeah, Death Logos. If you're in chat and you win at that time, I will post my email so everybody can contact me. And because I will have all your information on the Google Doc, if someone don't get a hold of me, I'll get a hold of them within a day or 2 and get it all squared away. If somebody should win a model, but they're not quite sure what they want or what they didn't see the link or something, I will contact them and we'll get it worked out. So
does that say coffee, Matt? Was that saying coffee on that print?
Coffee?
No.
I thought I saw coffee. It's hard to read the pattern here.
It's actually a book cover.
Oh, okay. The top looked like it's saying coffee. That's all.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
one of my machines.
Jim at the Edge of Tech. Yeah, if you got a problem, definitely get a hold of him. I hope he didn't forget it.
Well, Jim is at.
Sometimes Jim gets really busy, and it might take him a little bit.
He's at Murph at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hung out last week.
I haven't seen his new haircut though. I haven't seen him with his
He
new
only
haircut.
he trimmed it a little bit, but he was on my he was on my Hangout last week. He joined for a while.
Exactly, with his sister cutting his hair.
Yeah.
Jim is a very busy person. I'm retired. I'm not that busy. So if somebody wins right after the stream, I'll be getting a hold of companies that evening and the next day, and we'll get taken care of right away. On 2 of my live streams, I gave away filament from ZYLTECH. I contacted the person.
Oh, that's nice, Matt. That's nice. That's that looks good.
I contacted the person on Facebook immediately from ZYLTECH. She put it in, and then a week later, the people were like, "Hey, I never got my filament." I checked back, and there was a screw up on their end, but she got it sent right out. So I took care of it on my end, and they had a blip, but it got taken care of.
It happens, yeah, it happens.
So
that's one of the pictures I'm sponsoring for the UK.
Nice,
very nice.
And the second one is this one.
If I say I'm from the UK, but even though I'm not, can you will I win that one? That's nice.
You can win it. You mightn't get it, but you can win it.
You can ship it to my family in Ireland.
All right.
There you go. Good point.
It says the prizes he won are rigged. I'm not sure about that. When you have a Google Doc on the wheel, everybody sees their name on the wheel on the Google Doc. You can always rewatch it, freeze your TV set or your phone, zoom in, take a picture, whatever, and see your name is there. When you run, what's it called? Nightbot. When you run Nightbot, technically somebody could rig Nightbot if they wanted to. You could be in the drawing, and on Nightbot, some in the background, they can click you off if they chose to. I don't think anybody would do that, but a Nightbot, that can happen. That could happen.
It's a function, yeah.
Yeah, on Google Doc, it's all right there, exposed on the screen, whatever. But I've never known anybody to rig anything.
Hybotics has a question. Says he installed a micro Swiss extruder hot end on the Ender 3 V2, but the original fan shroud will not work with it. Doesn't Dave Petzel have an Ender 3 V2 cooling system?
I'm not sure if he came out with one or not. I know my Ender 3 V2 was the first printer I sold here in Vegas, and I have some others I'm selling, but I'm not sure. Dave Petzel may drop in. I don't know.
Go Hybotics. Go check on Thingiverse. Look for Petsfang, and you'll find there's a whole pile of cooling systems for printers. Mostly are on the Creality machines, but he's got a lot of them, and he may have a cooling system out there for your printer. So check it out. And if you want, I don't know where you're based, but there are often 3D printing services where you can get stuff printed pretty fast, like maybe in a day or two locally. Like there's I'm trying to remember the name of them now. Do anybody remember the names of them? Like 3D Print Hubs and a couple of others like that out there, where you can actually submit your STL file, so it'll be printed and delivered to you.
Hybotics says Micro Swiss actually had a link for the shroud, so check on the website. Check on Microbotics' website. They do have a few links.
Oh yeah.
Michael has that set up. He's at Merck right now too. Michael, God, what's the name of it? Oh,
which Michael? From where?
Michael Chewbacca, that is giving away 3 rolls of filament. Autodrop 3D, Autodrop system. Yeah, he has that also.
Yeah.
Yeah, nonstick. If you're ever curious how Nightbot works, just go download it or log into it. Anybody can, and you'll have it on your desktop, and you can kind of play with it, and you'll see how it functions.
The problem about somebody else printing it, if you have the STL file, is cost of shipping right now is ridiculous. Like, even to ship something in the US, if you're here I don't know where you are, Hybotics, but like for me to ship something within the US, like a part like that in the box, it'll probably cost you $50. It's got really expensive here. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Diesel, do you know that on the live stream, they actually bought one of the lasers?
Did they? Okay.
Yeah, cool. Today's live stream, they bought one of those lasers. They're nice machines. I don't know, Kieran, did you see the...
3D print newbie?
Yeah, that looked nice. They're definitely the slower burn comes up a lot better detail than the quick fast
one. Well, yeah, it comes out darker, right? Because it's actually charring the wood more. There's a lighter one.
Yeah, but you get a bit more contrast on the longer burn. The light ones are fine.
The you choose as well,
yeah,
right? But
depends on the material too. Material as well.
Yeah, you don't have to keep popping me up, Jerry. It's okay. But
what's this maximum thickness for the burn on that?
No, there's no maximum thickness on burn. There's a maximum thickness on cutting, which is about 3 millimeters.
cutting. Yeah,
3
that also
millimeters
depends.
is about the thickness, which is this thickness.
Which is fine for light stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but when you're burning, there's no maximum on burning. The burning will depend on the material, and that will be dictated by speed and laser intensity.
You got to keep going around multiple passes at like 100%, and then as it gets deeper and deeper, the laser gets thin, fades off more and more.
But the laser beam is different. You see, a laser beam comes out of a lens, gets
focal point on the focal point.
But on the other side,
hey Don, how you doing?
It widens out again. Yes, that's Ike, by the way, Jerry. Come on, where's the Ike button?
Hey, German 3D printing.
Don, the 3D German 3D printing nerd, there is going to be giveaways more in the UK and in Germany Anycubic is going to be donating a couple bottles of resin, big bottles of their new resin they're coming out with. So hopefully next Saturday you might win. But yeah, there will be resin that will be worldwide available.
Hey, Mila, how are you?
She said she's donating 2 bottles. She submitted it to her company. So it's a probably there will be. At the time of the stream, I'll know for sure. But underneath my video for next week, if you go to the description, it's got a list of all the prices and links to everybody.
I might ping somebody for you, Jerry. That might be able to help do something for you.
Cool. Then I can plug your stream channel or whatever.
Well, you can plug them because they're donating. The other resin that I've been testing, I'm going to ask them if they'd be willing to donate a bottle or two to you.
Okay. Cool.
And they're here in the States. I think they're shipping it only in the US, but I don't think maybe they're in Europe too. I'm not sure. I'll ask them. And if they're interested in helping sponsoring, it will actually get their name out as well on your stream. So I'm sure they'll be interested. So I'll ping him later on, and I probably won't get an answer till Monday, but I'll let you know.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah, people love giveaways.
Yep.
I mean, I've gone online for years and never won anything until I did. And then one time on Hot Makes, I won something. And then like 2 or 3 weeks later, I won something else. Like, wow, that was really cool. And then I didn't win anything for a long time until Honey Badger won a T-shirt the other day. That was whenever that was.
Luck must be on my side because I win stuff regularly. Luck is really, I think that the luck of the Irish is probably, there must be some truth to it because I've won Twitters and all, you know.
Anycubic ships worldwide, so non-stick, if you was to win, I'm sure that they would send it to you.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
According to my mobile and my emails, I win stuff all the time. Just ask me to send them shipping costs, and I must win all the time. It's crazy.
Like, I've won.
You probably have a
I just can't afford the shipping costs.
I won 3 printers off JG Maker. That's nice. SN11.
It's from Fab365.net.
365, yeah.
Goo. It's awesome. Printed out in multiple pieces, and then this piece here on the outside, the pipes, I had to glue that on, and at the same time I glued that section, but it's got engines, the landing gear folds up on it. They're not crushed at all, and yeah, really cool. And I'm printing out the Falcon 9 right now, working on it.
Nice.
Yeah, all the latest models seem to be multi-pieces, like vehicles and multi-colors.
Well,
they're getting more and more elaborate.
Because they're so tall.
But they're getting more and more elaborate as well. Their stuff with the multi-section models now. They're getting really out there now. They're great stuff.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, underneath the stream for the giveaway, you can use tags for your videos, and I put tag in there about live giveaway, and then I went back and took it out. I'm thinking, no, I don't want that there, because then I might have the whole internet showing up that have nothing to do with 3D printing, wanting to win stuff, so I took that tag out. I just left it as all the different 3D printing tags.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want 300 or 400 people that show up that have no idea what 3D printing is and win everything, and all the makers that actually need it and can win it don't. So I took the tag out. So. Oh, cool! You're printing an Ecto. Very nice. Yeah, $10. You can't beat the deal. It's got all the files there for it. Yeah, if you can do that. DeWitt Tim, he's in Canada. He won something from me a while back from ZYLTECH. He had it sent to a USA address, and that person either came and picked it up or they sent it to him. But yeah, if you're able to receive it at a US address, that works.
So, but it's been good, you know. It's so next week should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to get more of these burns done in the meantime. I'm going to do a test of the fire. I'm not going to get it to create a fire. I'm actually going to place one in front of it, like with a grill lighter or something like that, to see how it activates. I want to print that one too, Jerry.
I got it posted up on Thingiverse yesterday. I haven't put it on things, but
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to print that.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. A friend of mine made it for my 57th birthday, and if anybody wants to print out a logo or cut off the Jerry Knapp if you want it, I don't care. It's yours. And 3D Hobby Projects, or you can call it hobby printing, but 3D Hobby Projects. It's all printed multiple colors or painted. I never did go repaint that edge. I just threw the picture up on it. But it's pretty cool, so I figured I'd share it with everybody.
See, there's a problem, Nancy. You're only a quarter Irish. You have to be 100% for it to work.
Liam admitted you got what those leprechauns you have, one of those leprechauns hidden in one of your printers?
No.
Gives you luck.
No. They're gremlins is what I have in my printers.
Oh.
It's all the shamrocks he's got growing in his backyard.
Or in my ears, maybe.
You need to eat some more Lucky Charms. You have to eat some more Lucky Charms.
No, I don't eat crap like that. Yeah. And Jerry, I to do that print though, I need to do a pause and then change filament to do the outline in white to make it look right. So,
yeah, but that's what I used to do in a lot of things. I'd print it up so high, I'd trip my filament runout sensor, it'd pause, I'd put it in the next color and keep printing.
Yeah.
And
you
then
you just put a pause that layer in your slicer.
It's just well, if you have a filament runout sensor, it's easier just to trip it.
I know. I'm just
and on my CR10 Max, Trevor was telling me he had a lot of trouble with the filament runout sensor not working properly and having layer shifts. So he said, just go to the screen, slow it down to 10% on the inside layer, which is barely moving the nozzle. Just pull it out. Have the filament sensor already unplugged. Just pull it out, stick the other one in, speed it back up to 100%. The printer isn't the wiser, and it just keeps on going.
Yeah, or you could just slice it in an app, and then assign a different if you have a dual extruder, you can assign a different color to the next part. No, it won't work unless you're 100%. I'm sorry. And no, I did not twist the Blarney Sun ever. I don't think I need to. Being Irish, we're naturally damn talkative, so I don't think there's a need.
Yeah, I've talked to 3 different designers over the last 6 or 8 months trying to get them to make a mini me, and none of them haven't came through. They've all been busy with their own projects, but one of these days I'll have a mini me that I can post up online too.
That's what I'd like to get done.
Actually, it'd be cool as a bobblehead, but I've never said nothing about it.
Yeah.
A little spring and I have my head bobbing back and forth.
But I'd like to get one of those mini.
I've only seen the mini Joel and the mini Jim so far, so I think only 2 I've seen.
Yeah, but I don't know any designers who do those.
I have a tablet. I have the software. I've been retired for how many years now? I could have learned it myself and done it.
It's on the list. It's on the list to do, Jerry, right? It's on the list.
Yeah. Yeah, Llama does a lot of remixing and designing this and that, but I want to get something that's not a remix of somebody else's. I want it to be unique to me and not look like another statue that's just throwing a goatee on it or something. Well, actually, if it had a goatee on it and a bald head, I would look like Chris Warkocki, but I have one of those over here somewhere. Yeah, this right here. But he has a long beard, so technically, if this was really short and made it look like a goatee, that would technically look like me, but that's Chris Warkocki. So,
close.
Little belly on him and everything. That's almost like a mini me, but that's not me.
Just need to trim up the beard more.
Yep, that's it. We'll let yours grow longer so you match it. Either way, it's a win.
Yeah, and then put 3D HP on the shirt. That way you know it's uniquely somebody different.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to be able to get something like that done as well. But
yeah, next week you're gonna have a big trip.
No, I don't want to poop me. That's my medical problem. I don't want. No, that wouldn't be appropriate.
That's just nasty.
Actually, that's a good suggestion by Mr.
Hey, Red Light.
Is get yourself scanned in, and then you could tweak it afterwards. You could tweak the mesh afterwards to make one of those mini.
Yeah.
Mini Jerry's, yeah.
Hey, Victor, how you doing?
I think that's not a bad idea. Now that you got me thinking.
Jason, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? If anybody'd like to drop in chat or hang out with us, here's a link.
Hey, Red Light.
Yeah, we're just talking about Murph and what the giveaway stream I'm having next week and a little bit of everything. If anybody'd like to drop in and hang out, you can. I was talking about throwing away some models today. I may still do that because I have a lot of things. Obviously, you can see all that stuff behind me. I have a lot of things that I can't sell on Etsy, or they're too big to sell, or they got layer line issues, and I painted over them, but they really don't look that good, and I don't think anybody would buy them. And they're probably going to go in a trash can. I brought a trash can in the house.
You should go to a local maker fair, Jerry, and try and sell them. Not the ones with bad layer lines, but the ones that you think are too big and whatever. you might
Yeah.
get something for them. And then
Yeah.
that's some money, you know.
Well, with the heat right now, I can't take them anywhere. My son said, "Well, Dad, go to the swap meet or something." Some of them are very fragile. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Or have a yard sale.
Yeah, I used to do yard sales my whole life. I've done plenty of yard sales, but if it's strictly about models and where I live at, I don't know how well that would work.
You'd be amazed.
More dispersal for the yard sales. It's a more mixed bag.
Oh, I can show you a really cool one that I can throw away. Let me grab it. Let me get off the shelf. I'm sure everybody's going to love it, but I will drop it in the trash can. I thought about putting it underneath my truck tire and setting up a camera and filming me run over and make a little video out of it.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Is the cost of
Then you get a
shipping.
flat tire.
Is especially if it's a big model.
Oh, that would suck if I got a flat tire.
Yeah, that would kill it.
Yeah.
Cost of shipping right now is like to ship something from my house from me to Florida would probably cost you $50 or $60, right? And that's within the US. Like, and that's a short. That's only just to Florida. California.
How much do you think it costs to ship an Ender 5 across America? How much do you think it costs to ship one?
An Ender 5, I'm guessing
Twice the
$100.
price. Yeah.
Huh?
$100.
Easy.
Yeah, because I had somebody that wanted to donate a printer to the giveaway, an Amazon return with a warranty that works perfectly fine. And I said I'll pass because whoever wins it would have to pay shipping around America, and that might be $100 to $150, and that's not really a giveaway.
Yeah, I've had some companies say say that they want to send me stuff to do testing with, like to review, but they wanted me to pay shipping from China, and I said, like, come on, shipping from China is going to cost me $150 or more. Oh, that's nice.
That looks all right.
Well, actually, it don't. Like, you can't really see it. Maybe you can. Look at his legs.
You can
There's
see
severe
there.
layer, like on
Layer
the
line.
flat. There's severe layer line issues on this model. And the model looks pretty cool from a distance, but up close, it's got a lot of layer line issues.
People would still buy that, Jerry.
Exactly.
I doubt it.
Jerry,
You
get
can
at
see your
least
own flaws.
20,
No one
40
else will.
quid for it.
Yeah.
People would
I
buy
mean,
that.
just get your filament money back at least.
If a lot of people that paint models, they buy things other than 3D prints, they're resin based or whatever. Sure, this could be sanded down and corrected. They could repaint the whole thing, but I don't know. So you don't think I should drop it in the trash can?
No, I would say you
No.
should have a yard sale or something and try and sell them for whatever you can, and try and
And then Wolverine blades here, those are very sharp on the end, and I have bumped them, my arm or head or something, bumped them. There's two I got to glue back on, but yeah, that's a lot of filament.
I would sell that kind of stuff. There's no way I would trash it. Red Light just offer you $2 for it.
But as long as he pays the shipping, it's worth $2, right?
Well, that's just it. Shipping is ridiculous. So
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like the shipping will probably cost you over $50 to ship that.
yeah, shipping will be really high.
Maybe even more.
Yeah, when I sold my Spawn on Etsy, I discounted it from $400 to $300. I had free shipping to Texas. After all the Etsy fees, I made $175 profit on it, which out of $300 sucks. And then the guy let it sit at the post office for a month and never picked it up. It came back to me, and then he wanted me to reship it. It's like, yeah, if you pay for shipping, I already paid $50 one time. So it took him a month. He eventually paid me the $50, and I reshipped it back to him. He's never left me feedback, so I don't know what kind of condition it was in or anything. It had insurance on it, so I hope it arrived not broke. Hey, we got another guy popping in. We got the tech guy popping in. This guy will give Ike a run for his money. Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Hey, Jason, how's it going?
No, he's support.
There we go.
He's support.
Jerry?
I'm just here for support.
Right, Ram Design's offering to do a bobblehead for you and Liam. If you send him a front picture and a side view, he'll
that'd be awesome.
try and give it a try for you. He'll give it a go.
Oh,
The bobbleheads for
yes.
Cool.
I will get those pictures out to you.
Yeah, let me know what you might want, Ram Design. If you're reasonable, yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, let us know.
But yeah, I wanted to give away to all my viewers and people that like my channel. I want to give it away for free. Of course, I'd print one for myself, but that'd be really cool. It'd be really awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd be game for that. Let me know. That's kind of cool. because I can't. I'm artistically challenged when it comes to doing stuff like that. I can't even paint. I can paint a wall, but I can't paint anything in detail. I'm really bad with it.
Yeah, random design. Here's my email in chat. If you want to write it down, shoot me an email, and I'll send you some pictures and stuff. I'll do that today.
Yeah, Jerry has my email as well. So just let us know how much you want for him.
Thank you.
And I will get the photographs to you. Jerry, you'll forward me his email, and then I'll respond.
All right.
Very
Hey,
cool.
Maker, how you doing? Yeah, I see DB3D Dan at Murph was wearing a Maker's hat and shirt yesterday.
Yeah, he did. Tripod's daughter made the shirt for him with the Vikings logo on the front.
I think Dan used it for a tent to sleep in last night because it was 3XL or something.
Yeah, it was huge on him.
Though, to be fair, Dan did try and eat some more pizza to give him some more real estate space for advertising. Didn't quite expand it enough.
I wanted to go this year, but because of COVID, I couldn't. And the place, if you've seen on the videos, is less than half full. It's not even quite half full, so it's dead slow. And the amount of money it would cost me to fly down there, rent a car, get a motel, go there, it's not even full. And next year, if things are better, would be a better time to do it. So
at least they got it going, and there's still a good turnout, which is great. Everyone supported it, which is great.
I might go next. I probably will go next year. It'll be a fun, and I'll have to know well in advance and plan the time off because work is just ridiculous, and I need to be able to plan well in advance to do stuff. Like I've already told my boss my dates that are going to be off for 2024 for the solar eclipse.
Wow.
He already knows I'll be off the day for that eclipse.
Whether he wants to let you go or not, you're going.
I would have gone. It's sold out faster than I was able to get to it because.
But you can just turn up if you're a participant. You can just turn up. You don't need to buy tickets to be a participant. The only ones that are sold out are the
vendors.
The vendor ones. The vendor.
That's funny that
you can just walk in.
Yeah, you can just turn up and pay. Yeah.
It's funny that the vendors were sold out because half of it is dead empty.
Apparently, it picked up today. Kieran was saying it picked up today.
Oh wow!
A lot of the tables are looking at Zolom was flying his drones around, and at the moment I'm just watching.
I said hi this morning.
Egbot's going dizzy watching a drone.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if Zolom was gonna fly a drone, but technically you can't fly over people, especially in an inside setting. So I don't know how well that's gonna fly. But
without
flying
permission.
mini drones around. Yeah.
But see, they're on private property. If they got permission on their private property, it's
okay. Okay.
So he probably got the okay from the owners.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a drone footage or him just being mobile.
And it's only one of these mini drones. It's only the size of your hand. It's only minis.
Yeah, Dan got funded by the community. He was talking like a week ago that he couldn't go, and it was his wife's anniversary. And within 5 minutes, he had $800 in donations come in, maybe more than that. So he got funded within minutes, basically. Worked out really good. It's a long drive, Jason. It's like 29 hours. But if you wanted to get together...
I'll fly. I fly for free, so I'll fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you wanted to get together next year and we could drive down with a truckload of stuff and set up a table, I could help you drive.
I hate driving. I don't even like to drive to the store. I hate driving. And yeah, really. No, I'm telling you, if Amazon or anybody that delivers ever goes out of business, check on me.
He'll starve.
Just check on me.
He's the type of person that goes to Amazon for a candy bar.
Right.
I drove back from Dallas one time. It was 21 hours, and I was drinking Monsters. I took some kind of pills from the truck stop, and I got so wound up and wired I couldn't fall asleep, and I had to keep driving. And 21 and a half hours later, I made it home. That's the longest I've ever driven.
Were the pills crushed up, and you had to snort them, or
no? They were bought from like a 7-Eleven or something. It's like a pill form of a Monster or something.
I've driven
No-Dos back when they said No-Dos.
Something.
I drove from Frankfurt to Warsaw and back, and one way it's 26 hours drive one way.
That's crazy.
And I only stopped to put gas and to grab some food, and I ate food while I drive.
When I used to drive to Lubbock, Texas, it's 13 and a half hours, and I told people, said, "Well, how's the drive?" I said, you drive, and then when you think you're almost there, and you're tired of this, you're halfway there. So it's just forever.
I did a No, actually, I did it longer. I drove from here to Casper, Wyoming, from Michigan to Casper, Wyoming, 36 hours, nonstop.
Wow.
Pulled in for gas and food, and that was it.
That explains a lot then.
That was for the eclipse in 2017. That was a long drive, and then that was a week before the eclipse. Spent a week there, and then the day after the eclipse, because the traffic was crazy the day of, everywhere was jammed up. So it was the day after the eclipse. Drove all the way back again, and I left there. We left there Tuesday, and I had to get back for Thursday because Thursday was my son's birthday, and I got home before his birthday. Oh yeah.
Don't let that stop you, hypotics. Doesn't stop anybody else on the road these days.
Right? Most people
The way they
with one
drive.
shouldn't have one.
Exactly.
I've seen Murph had water all over the floor, and it's humid as hell there. Everybody's saying, even though they got fans above the ceiling, and I don't know where the water came from, unless it's
They
Coming up
pressure
out of the
washed the
ground.
floor before they set
Well-
up the tables yesterday, and
Oh,
it
okay.
was still damp from that. But the concrete's got like a sheen on it. It's like a polished concrete floor. But they
Okay.
did.
Oh, yeah.
Dan was saying yesterday that they pressure washed it before the tables up, and it was still damp from that. It was very
Okay.
hard. It took a long time to dry out.
And with the humidity, it would dry out slow. So
Yeah, exactly. That was the problem. Was they were scared about the power boards and getting power points in with for Lich getting
Okay.
half of them.
this is going to be a strange thing to ask. Maybe, how can you survive without a driver's license in the States?
Bus, bicycle.
You can't
River.
do that where I live because they have buses here, but you're taking your life in your hands to going on them.
And what's the difference between that and a driver's license?
Mm.
Well, there's a difference being able to be an offensive or a defensive driver. It gives you makes you survive.
It's not you got to worry about.
It's all the other
everybody
idiots around
else.
you.
Yeah.
That's why if you drive
Yeah.
defensively,
You know,
can-
it's the
you can
Kierans
react
of the
better.
world. I'm sorry, it's the other people of the world that you got to.
I
They
agree,
drive
yeah.
on. They drive on the other side of the road.
I drove
What,
on the other
what
side
are you
of the road.
implying there? We're driving the right side of the road.
On the
which is
wrong side
left.
of the road.
The right side of the road, which is the wrong side.
I've driven on both sides, so I can't be part of the argument.
To be fair, I had no issues driving around the US.
No,
the
I
only,
have no
the
issues
only
on the road.
confusing thing I had was the four-way stop signs. Like, yeah, that's the only thing I was. I know first in,
you
first
yield
out,
to whoever
but
got to the right.
Yeah.
No, if you all get there at the same time, everybody yields to their right, and then if you're the last, then you're the last.
And that's what
That
it's
was
called, the right of way. You yield to your
Yeah.
right.
when I
That was the
approach
only
another
thing that
car at
took
a
a little while to
four-way
get used to.
stop,
All
I
the
try
rest
to
was
hurry
fine.
up and get. When I approach a four-way stop with another car, I try to hurry up and get there, jump on my brakes so I can go first.
Yeah.
Or I'll be
Yeah.
nice and I'll motion the other person to come on.
And that's America right there.
So
Yeah, but apart from that was fine. The US driving's fine. The drivers I found were generally courteous.
The
Yeah.
one
Australian
place-
drivers, though.
Oh, no,
mate,
no, the worst of the guys in Turkey. I drove in Istanbul. Trust me.
take care, red light.
In Turkey, they drive by horn.
Israel, Turkey.
Try
some-
Jakarta. Jakarta. That
Pretty
is-
much all the Middle East is bad. Yeah.
That,
Oh,
that
God.
is the most insane
India.
place to drive.
I've driven
Yeah.
in India. India drivers are crazy.
Goodbye.
Indian moves, but Jakarta, when you have a 2-lane road, it's 15 lanes wide with the motocycles. It is insane.
Down around by Rome, it's like that in Italy. In Italy, their lane lines are suggestions. So,
Yeah.
so like I was actually driving down. It was morning
They're
traffic.
decorative.
Yeah, it was morning traffic, and I was driving into the office. We were outside Rome, and it was 2 lanes of traffic, and we were sitting in 2 lanes, and the other 2 lanes was quiet because everyone was going one way. Then somebody got the idea in their mind to create a 3rd lane, and they went into the oncoming lane, and then everybody else followed them. Now you had 3 lanes going one way, and the other side had to deal with one lane going back.
You guys ever see that show on cable where they're over in India and they're up in the mountains and they're driving on those little roads that are barely big enough for one vehicle and they're trying to pass each other and there's a cliff and they go over all the time? That's just crazy. Unbelievable. Hey, Jace, you got any projects you're working on? Anything you want to show everybody?
No, just that crap still. All those little guys over there.
Oh, cool.
Move them around. That's the, let's see, the BD1 still.
Drink
Him,
bot.
I still haven't reprinted the the tracks. I took the tracks, put them on that one because I'm going to reprint these in gray.
That's the snow speeder, is it? You got the snow speeder underway.
The snow speeder. And everything's printed on him. I just got to do the head. I just haven't started it yet because it's like a 34-hour print or whatever. And Sandra's like, I don't want to hear your printer going for 30 hours. Okay.
How's your rat rig coming along?
How's the what?
Rat rig, how's it doing?
Oh, it's doing really good. It's printing. It's printing pretty well. I had originally built it with Duet and put rep wrap on, and when I went from 322 to 3.3, something happened. Something bricked on it. So I pulled the Duet board out and threw in an SKR, and so I've got Clipper on it now. So I'm running through the tuning on the Clipper and going through, like, these are the Clipper test prints for like input shaping and pressure advance and stuff. So like this was, and black's not good and the light's not good. So the ringing is gone. So the input shaping's done, but looking at the pressure advance and the acceleration, this little gap here, the further away it is, that tells you that you need to adjust your pressure advance. So as you do it, you run a test file. Well, not a test file, but you set up parameters within the within Clipper in the console, and you can see it's tighter at the bottom, and then it opens up.
Yeah, it's wiggling a bit.
Right. So then you can kind of judge, but there's I don't know, something's wrong. It should be better than 1250 acceleration. So maybe I don't have the belts right. So I'm going to go through and adjust the belts.
Yeah.
So
cool. How about it? Yes, next Saturday is Jerry's giveaway stream.
Yes, next Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific.
That's when you give away all the models you don't want, Jerry.
Yeah, they're the extra freebies, yeah.
Right? Do your spin for the freebie. You pay for shipping. It's yours.
1 p.m. Pacific next Saturday will be 50 minutes ago. Because I started at 1 o'clock today, so same time next week.
Yep, I'll be there.
Nice.
Yeah, me too.
Hands out.
I'll be around.
Yeah, I hope everybody wins lots of cool stuff, and I hope a printer company contacts me before next Saturday so I can throw in a printer. But I don't think it's going to happen. But there's a lot of other stuff there. So
yeah,
I think John has a couple CR6Es he might throw at you.
He only had the one.
Literally, he might throw them.
I think he took it to Murph and wrapped a T-shirt around it to hide it, and he's going to give the T-shirt away.
There she is.
Inside it.
She said she couldn't pop in, but there she is. Hey, Betty Boop.
Oh, hey, Betty Boop.
Hey.
She just called to, how's the stream going? I said, drop in, you'll know.
When is she due back, Jerry?
In 2 months, August 11th. I think it's August 11th, yeah. So, anyway, I told her while she's gone I wouldn't say nothing negative about her, so I won't.
He's been good. I can vouch for him. He's been very good.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's just giving me a hard time instead, but that's okay.
Yeah.
As long as she's having a good time, that's the main thing.
That's right. Who cares at whose expense?
Point made.
Exactly.
It's only me I care about.
Yeah. The word you need to worry about is Luffno. Jason, Luffno. Look out for number one.
That's
Luffno.
right.
Yep.
Hey, Betty Boop, I'm not going to drop any models in the garbage can. The one I was going to drop in, everybody convinced me no, somebody would buy it and they can fix it, so I'm not going to drop it in the garbage
Even
can.
if they don't want to fix it, kids
Or give it away on the stream next week.
People want to buy it.
No, I won't do that. No,
Well, you know what you could do, Jerry, is you could give them away. You could do a spin for like put I don't know, however many prints that you were going to throw, just put them on a table in a group, do a spin and say, hey, you won this. Do you want one? You get your pick of them. And
who's going to come pick them? I'm not going to mail them.
Why not?
Costs too much to ship.
Shipping in the U.S. is crazy.
Okay, well then, tell them to do it for just the shipping.
So,
or give them to the kids in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Then they'd be out in the street broken a million pieces. You know how kids in the neighborhoods are.
They could be broke in your garbage can, but at least, you tried.
Someone's got them, yeah.
I have a bunch of old toys that belong to my grandkids that used to come over once in a while, and they kind of outgrew them. They just sit in the front room in a couple containers. You pull out the drawers. I'm going to bag all that up and take it down the street to the neighbor kids and talk to their parents. Say, hey, do your kids want this? I don't want to throw them out. And I'd rather give it to the neighbor kids in Goodwill. So
there's a hobby shop that's kind of well, it's not really up by you. I think it's like Blue Diamond over by World Market, and they do like tabletop games and characters and all that kind of stuff. And I bet you if you just contacted them and said, hey, do you guys want this, or if you ever had something you might want to put on consignment, they might sell it there too. And then you don't have to worry about the Etsy fees and all that. You just give them 5-10% or whatever, and you don't have to ship it.
Again, I have a friend here in town that's a professional painter that has a bunch of stuff on consignment out at Galleria Mall. Mm-hmm. And the guy basically took his stuff away from him and claimed it, and he's not able to get it back. So I don't know what
I wouldn't deal with anybody at the mall, but
he probably didn't have a contract or something. It's probably a handshake, and that don't work.
Yeah, no,
especially in Las Vegas.
Let me find
that. Anyway,
but try a game store like someone that sells computer games and stuff.
Yeah, well, you can try. There's a Friendlies. Stores, There's a Friendlies up north near Summerlin.
Yeah, I bought RC stuff from him a long time ago.
And you could probably reach out to them. Those are good people. And the other one that's over by World Market, I'm looking up the name of it now. They sell paints and all that stuff. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to wait till it cools down, then I'll just do a yard sale out front, and I'll list it online and everywhere. Here's what I'm selling, and have multiple tables, but it has to be cool out. So.
Or go to do what Matt German does. If you want to just give some away, go to a charity and see them if they want to auction them off and they'll do so for fundraising
for their own funding. Yeah,
it's called Warhammer, Jerry. The store's called Warhammer.
Okay.
Yeah, and the guy's really cool. I've been in there a couple times, pick up a few little side things, and I would never deal with anybody at the mall. Shady people. They got way too much rent to pay.
A library might put them on display. I don't know, but I'm saying if you want to make a bit of money out of them, or if you want to donate them, you could go to a charity in the area, and they would probably auction them off to try and raise a bit of money. And then the game store, like Jason's suggesting, is a good idea.
Yeah. Or you could donate them to donate them to a charity, whatever charity, a local church or something, and then you can write that off if you donate enough of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they'd auction them at a church or what's the name of they have all these stores. What are they called? The charities have all those stores where they sell
like Goodwill and stuff, or those.
Like
don't take them to. No, those places are horrible. Okay. Like especially like Salvation Army. That's one of the worst ever. They take like 95 cents of every dollar that donates to that place. And they're horrible.
Okay. Their fees and administration costs are ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. Ridiculous. Goodwill's a little better. They still have rising costs to cover, and they hire like homeless people to work there. They try to do the right thing, but costs. And because it's Goodwill, they can't sell things at a premium or even anywhere near that. Everybody wants to pay $3 for a brand new sofa because it came from Goodwill. Yeah. So it's difficult for them, but they're better.
Well, that's what's bad about yard sales in Las Vegas. No matter how much you're asking, somebody says, "Will we take $1?"
Yeah.
Huh?
That's a yard sale anywhere. I know. I have people come up and you have $5 something on, right? And they'll walk up and they'll go $2, and I'll go, sorry, I can't go less than $7. And they'll look at me and they'll look at the thing and they'll look at it and go,
$5.
but it says 5. I'm like, all right, fine, you win.
$5.
And they just stare at me. And sometimes they'll put it down and walk away, and they'll start, they'll be like, this guy, and I'm like, well, I thought we were just making up numbers.
When I bought this house years ago, I wanted a bunch of fake plants to put on the shelves that, you got the pot shelves up high around the ceiling, and in the kitchen, I want to put fake plants all the way around it. And I went to this yard sale, lady had like 21 plants, and she wanted like $5 a piece. And basically, I was going to pay her for 20, and I want one for free since I'm buying so many. She wouldn't do the deal, and I couldn't believe it. Everybody has to haggle, and you always got to, when you sell anything, you got to have haggle room because people want a deal. So even if you have to mark up a little bit to come back down, you have to be able to haggle to make people happy.
You always mark it up. You always
Yeah.
mark it up.
Yeah.
Always,
If it's
you always
worth
gotta go out.
10,
If the deal is too good to be true, I won't
Because,
haggle.
yeah.
When I bought my treadmill that I got back from my son, the guy had a great price on it out in Henderson. I didn't try to budge him a penny because it was well worth what he was asking.
Yeah,
So-
and it's not always that that people tend to expect that the price is marked up anyway. So it's not that you're being a jerk by marking up the price. It's that somebody's going to walk up to you and just assume that you've already marked it up, and they have to haggle you down.
Even in a company, when you create the budget for the year in whatever department you're in, you add 15% to it. Because if you don't, they'll always say, "Well, we want to cut back. We need to cut back." So you cut back your 15%, and you still end up with the budget you need.
Right.
And you always
but you act like it's not enough, and you're going to do your best to make it work. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to always go over the budget regardless.
I see David Printed Solid is now shipping to Canada. So if he spends $300 or more, he'll ship free to Canada. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Whoa. 300 to ship free to Canada?
That's what
free
it
to
says on his
Canada, but he'll
website.
ship to Canada no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about no matter what. Before it wasn't, but now he'll ship to Canada 300 or more. I'm assuming it's still free shipping. That's why it's got such a high dollar amount on it.
And is that 300 Canadian?
No, I don't know.
Woo.
Probably U.S.
$5 drill money.
Because right now it's $45 or more free shipping in the U.S. You spend $45 or more.
Hey, we don't have like plastic see-through windows in our money. Well, you don't either. That's Australia. No.
No, we do. We do. We actually,
you have them too? You have the little clear plastic windows in them?
We actually print, the Australian Mint prints it for most of the Asian countries because the standard's that high.
Okay, nice.
Though when we first introduced them, the first note we did was a $5 note. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, they had a problem with the ink, so all the ink came off and you left with a plastic window. The whole plastic was blank. They had these see-through squares until they got the ink right.
Funny.
It goes through the wash, and then I had $20, and it's all...
Not anymore.
It's all, just blank plastic.
That's logos. There's no draws today. That's next week.
Yeah, next Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific. It's when I'm giving away all the goodies.
He was
that's the 3rd, right? July 3rd?
Yeah.
July 3rd, 1 p.m. Pacific.
Jerry was going to do it today, but because of Murph being on and a lot of makers being at Murph, he pushed it out to next week.
Yeah, I talked briefly for a couple hours last week about doing it on this weekend, but then I realized Murph was on, instantly changed, and I put a video out talking about when it was going to be on 3rd and everything.
It might have been good to do it today. Then all us, lowly, regular, non-Murph people that couldn't get to go to the fun place could come,
winners,
and not have to compete to the Murphers.
And Murphers.
Prove our odds.
That's a new term. What are you? Oh, I'm a Murpher.
And the good thing is they couldn't join because the internet's so bad there. They have trouble connecting.
Well, tripod's there, so I don't know that we would have wanted to go this year anyway.
Yeah, John said he would try to drop in. I sent him the link right before I went live.
Who knows what's going to happen? We already wondered why it's flooded.
You have to tell him that when he gets on.
Look, the water on the floor won't dry. It's humid. He showed
That's
up.
because of a lot of tripod's tears about his seat.
I keep expecting to see Eggbot in flames going down one of the aisles in part of the place.
No, you expect to see Eggbot going down with a paddle going through the floor.
Spinning around.
Yeah, I pinged him on Facebook, and he didn't see it. So
no, he's not. He's not sitting at the table now. He must have wandered off because I'm looking where his
it
seat
says
is
he's
at the
on
moment.
Facebook. I'm looking at Facebook. It says he's active, but he didn't see it. I told him I was going live in 15 minutes before I went live.
Have good internet.
No, he's not sitting at his spot at the moment.
It's really bad.
I've seen Dan
see it for a while.
Yeah,
Matt Farmer was walking around with a cell phone, perfect quality cell reception on his phone.
Yeah,
but
what you do is you need to tell John. Tell him if he jumps on, you'll teach him how to use his 6SE correctly.
Now mine's working fine. No problems. That's it.
It's not the printer.
No.
Leave it at that.
Now, come on, Liam, be fair. Other items he does on other printers, he's not a problem. So
most of the time, it's
giving a hard time, right?
Most of the time, it's operator error. But I noticed Sam Prentice has got a lot of duds in the mail too. It's like, wow.
Well, that's because Sam is getting refurb machines.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not
those
getting new
Comgros.
machines out of the factory.
Yeah.
They're all Comgro refurbs.
Allegedly refurbs.
Well, no, apparently they are. He doesn't.
I don't know. I've seen some things come out of Comgro that, just because it went in Comgro's door and back out with a shipping label, it doesn't mean they got refurbed. They looked at it and thought it was okay and sent it right back out. Yeah.
Well, I got. I bought my.
Okay, we all like our SEs. We have no problems, Kit, with ours. Mine, I've only got the one. I mean, hang on, there it is. Undercover at the moment. Was working hard yesterday, but it's good.
It looks like it's wearing a beret.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
I got my Ender 5 Plus from Comgro, but it wasn't. It was new.
There we go.
Yeah, it's
Hats
hit or
off.
miss with them for sure. You can absolutely get something that was brand new returned for whatever reason, and you can certainly get something that comes in pieces.
Did you try and ping Comgro, Jerry?
There's that. Sure.
No, I haven't talked to Comgro.
You should.
Nice.
No issues. No issues. Yeah.
That's a nice transition filament.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, hold on,
That's,
I was on a different screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
You should
I
reach
like
out
that.
to Comgro, Jerry. You might get lucky. They might give you one of
What's
the
that a
refurb
vial
machines.
for? From?
It's RS Morindi's Kickstarter. It's called Dragon Cola.
Oh, okay. Dragon Cold.
They've thrown it out as a freebie for the latest Kickstarter.
Cool.
If it gets 100 makes, I'll add more items to the Kickstarter for free.
Nice.
It's on Thingiverse as a freebie, so it's really nice.
Nice.
It's a dice shaker basically.
Yeah, nice.
I've got an Ender 3 I got an Ender 3 Pro that's got a 500 millimeter Ender extender kit on it. It's got an easy ABL filament runout sensor, metal extruder, and solid bed mount. I was asking $250, which is kind of high. Dropped it to $200. Some guy was driving through Vegas yesterday. He goes, "Well, would you take $100?" He goes, "I can get the Sun Lu or whatever, some other printer he was talking about for $269." I said, "Hey, that's a great deal. Go buy it." But no, I'm not going to sell you mine for $100.
Hell no.
It works perfectly fine.
Right.
Doesn't
He
matter.
actually told you, I can't give you $250 or $200 for yours, but I can buy a more expensive one?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I said, great. Well, it's not on sale here. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I will budge on my price, $20-$30, but if I'm asking 2.5 at the time, don't offer me $100. Come on.
No, it's already got the mods on it. It's got all the
I
add-ons.
said I run a group, I run a channel, I'm into 3D printing. I don't screw people over because I'm a public individual.
Right.
And
But
I'm
you know
here
the
for everybody.
value of it. Yeah. Come on. It's not like you're a kid that bought something, couldn't figure it out, and just need to get some of your lunch money back. That's not. Yeah. It's not right. I need to. I don't know what I'm going to do with this Ender 6. It's one more than I have really room for. It's more than it prints great. It's a great printer after you spend enough time fixing what Creality doesn't really do, like straight frames, straight metal, that kind of thing.
It's 101.
Well, so you build the frame in it, and it's perfect. It's as close to square as I can get it with good squaring tools, right? I have Starrett squares. I've got good quality squares. You build the frame, you put in the motion system, and the metal's like this, and you're like, really? Why did you bother to put $40 worth of foam in the box if you're just going to throw crap in it?
I think if you're buying a printer and you want a perfect build plate for it, you're better off to get the printer whatever way you want it, but if you and then go and get a poured bed.
Oh no, I mean absolutely. Like, so the bed on this, it's mix 6, but then it also went out to a separate milling facility that does stone grinding.
Yep.
So it's even flatter. There is less than 0.005 deflection across that entire board.
That's the way a bed should be.
It comes with a serial number
bed, yeah.
and a report. So the bed that came with the rat rig is big and it's mix 6, but it's not as good. Now it has less than a millimeter deflection, in any direction. It's not perfectly flat, but Mandela Rose is now they're working on making beds for this with like embedded magnets and things like that. And when they're done and they're going to replace them, I'm going to replace this with one from Mandela Rose, which will be very similar. They make that one, and then they made this one, and I'm going to get one from them as an upgrade for the rat rig. It's not that it's bad, and I printed an entire a full size R7 dome ring, the dome ring, not the whole dome, just to get all the way around the bed. And it's the deflection on it is low enough that the mesh takes care of it. But there's no reason it couldn't be a little better.
The mesh can do up to 3 millimeters. Anything over
Yes,
3 millimeters, the mesh will fail.
Yeah, I wouldn't even put, like, if the print was important, I wouldn't push it. But if it's 2 or less, it's fine. And there's no reason I don't have to. Let me be clear, I do not have to. It's a want for sure, 100%, 110%. It's a want.
How many points is the mesh on that with the large bed then? 25 points?
Like for me, normally on something that big, like anything 300 to 500, I would do like a 5x5. This one, the way that the VCore OS came, it was set up as a 7x7. I just haven't changed it. So, but I only ran the mesh once. It holds it really well, but once you do the tramming, and
then it's got to redo it.
Yeah, it does the tram. Well, no, you don't have to. So you do the tramming once, and you make sure that your results. So Clipper runs a little bit different than RepRap, right? So RepRap, you run the tramming like the G34, and it runs it one time, and you get the results. And what you want to do is make sure that your results come out with less than 0.005, either plus or minus, doesn't matter.
Run a consistency check on it first,
Right, so you do that. You may have to do it 3 times, you may have to do it 13 times, but once you get it, you can run your mesh.
Yeah.
With Clipper has part of their algorithm is to see if it's within a limit that you've set for offset thresholds. So if it doesn't hit it, it'll just run again automatically until it adjusts. It might run 5 times, it might run twice or once.
So it's self-correcting in that respect for its baseline.
Right, it'll keep going until it brings you into it, and then you can run your bed mesh. Well, then as long as you're within, when you go back to run that bed compensation, basically, to bring you the tramming into tolerance, the bed mesh will take care of it without having to run the bed mesh over and over and over. So I've run it once. And I may have to do it
inside your limits. You've already got your boundaries.
Right.
How much you got tied up in your rat rig? About $1,500 or $2,000? You went 500 by 500 by 500.
Yeah, it was. I don't know, what was it? It was like 1,300.
Yeah.
For the printer.
And then you had to add everything to it, right? Your board.
Well, I had everything else, so.
Okay.
So you're lucky.
I mean, there's things that I bought, like some additional wire and some extra screws that don't come with it, like for the side panels. I had to buy some extra screws.
So you can actually go and it's all PETG. You can go and print those parts yourself, and buy
absolutely,
the extrusion and build the printer yourself, and put on whatever board you want.
Yeah, if you want to source it and source all the parts and all that other stuff, that's fine. I mean, in the end, you're going to come out close to that price anyway. Yeah, I might as well let them.
Yeah, I'm just saying they provide it. So if you want to do it yourself over time, you can just buy the equipment and start building it, and they even give you a cutting list of what you need.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's all an open builds process, and eventually I'm going to need to reprint the printed parts anyway, because they're a bit under extruded, here, just a little bit. Some of them a little worse than others. Nothing's unusable, but I'll probably end up reprinting, especially like the bed mounts, maybe the like the pulleys and brackets, just because. But I mean, they work fine. Maybe I won't. I always say, like, I'll clean it up later. But if it's working, it stays.
If it's not broken, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. So, who knows? But I do need to. The cooling is a little less than the Ava setup that comes with it is a single 50-15 fan in the back.
Yeah.
So it's a little less than that I prefer. So I'm going to reprint that piece for two 50-15 fans that just came in today.
Why don't you design it? Why don't you get the details of it and send to Dave Petzel, see if he'll design a new cool head for it?
Well, the Ava cooling works really well, and it does work really well. It's just that when they printed the duct, it printed off a little off. So one side's a little high. I could heat it up and try to pull it down, but I'm just going to reprint the back, and the way it's modular, so you can keep the duct system, and then the mount for the two fans just changes. So you just print that one piece, mount the two fans, and bring it through. Since the SKR board that I had for it, the MOSFETs aren't strong enough to start the fans. You have to help the fan get going, especially the layer fan. Yeah, BTT.
Well, you should just take the MOSFET off the board then. And use third-party MOSFETs.
Well, I took it off the fan header and I moved it to a heater header, which has more than enough current to run two fans off the single port. So I just changed the pins, in the configuration, and it's been working fine since.
Now, what board are you using? Or is you use the turbo?
The 1.2 Pro.
Okay.
Is that their new board they came out with?
No, that's the
board they have
Octopus.
is the Octopus.
Yeah,
I know one of their boards is really big. Is that what that board is there? It's really large?
The Octopus
Well, the
is big.
1.2 Pro is pretty big.
Yeah.
It has 6 steppers. The Octopus, I think, has 8.
Eight.
And then the SKR2
Take care, Nonstick. Thank
is
you for coming.
basically the 1.2 Pro just updated to not work. Yeah.
Well, I have an Octopus coming to me.
Mhm.
I won it on their stream last week.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. There's no steppers on it. It's just the board.
Right.
You can add your own stepper controllers, and you can do it. You just do a few pins. You can do it in UART mode or whatever you want. So I'm waiting for them to ship it to me. They have my information. It's probably going to come from China, so I'll probably see it in about 6 weeks. But I don't think they're shipping it out of the US. I don't know if they have a local stock. So I have one of those coming. I'm probably going to put into my 10-log D3 Pro. Is probably where it's going to go to.
Nice. Yeah, I've got the all-metal hot end from Microswiss coming for the CR6.
Yeah, see, they just put it on online yesterday. Yeah.
Is that the same as the one for the Ender 5 and all those?
No,
new
it's
design,
different.
straight dropping.
Because the hot end on the CR6, on the top, you have to be able to mount the strain gauge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a little different top on it. I think the heat sink is basically the same, but it's a little bit different. It's the same Mark 8 style, yeah, or MK8, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's an 8 mil. They're saying it's an 8 mil nozzle thread though. The thread size is different to the standard. That's any difference. You have to get different nozzles.
No, I don't have one. So.
Oh, I don't know. I may have overlooked that. I didn't pay attention.
No, I didn't see it on the Microswiss, but someone else said in one of the on Reddit that the nozzle diameter is different.
Well, on the stock one or the one for the Microswiss.
The Microswiss. Let me just check it again. Let's check it. Hang on.
Okay, because the stock one will take a standard Mark 8. It just.
Oh yep.
Yeah, it just comes with the flared head instead of the pointy one. Yeah.
If you ever get rid of your Prius, Jason, reasonably, one of these days I might be interested.
Oh, I'll probably get rid of the CR6 before I get rid of the Prusa.
Yeah, I imagine.
Actually, I like both of them. I bought that. So here's how I got the Prusa, right? So
you already told me about it.
Yeah, a friend of mine bought it for himself for Christmas, and he got caught.
He's whipped.
And then he tried to wiggle out of it, by saying that it was only half the price that it was. So he reached out to me. He's like, I got to get rid of this before I get tripoded and neutered. So I'm like, okay. Hey, he's not here. We can do that, right? So
yeah, true.
So I was like, what did you do? So he told me, and I was like, well, I don't need it, but I'll give you the $500 you said you paid for it. He was like, deal. And it was still in the box, and it's the assembled one. It wasn't the kit. Yeah. So I got that from him in January, and it's been sitting in a box till recently. And then when everybody started doing their Prusa stuff, Jerry and they're like, oh, I got my Prusa, and I went, oh, I think I have one in the garage. So I went and grabbed it, pulled it out, and it's a nice little printer. It's loud compared to the other ones. It's a little loud, even in that stealth mode. It's a little loud.
The pre-built took what, 15, 20 minutes to put together?
There was no put together. It comes out of the box. You plug it in.
Oh wow!
Nothing. You just
the box is that big.
Not really, because the printer's only that big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the CR6 Reddit, Robot Prom says that it has an 8mm nozzle, not the 6 or 7mm that Crowley normally has on this.
Oh, so he means the length on it. Okay. So it's a little bit shorter in the length.
It's the length. Okay, it's the length.
Well, you can leave the nozzle thread sticking out a little farther.
Exactly. Doesn't matter,
as long as it meets up
bottoms
inside.
out. As long as the bottom's out. Yeah.
Not everybody
have
on
some
here has
shorties,
at least 5 printers.
No, I've only got the one. So.
Some of us have more than that. Some of us have less than that. It varies.
That's 8.
You have 8? You're doing well.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do. Like, I can't manage that many. Like, 5 it's just too much for me to, like, I can't do them all. It's too much.
You have go-to
I don't need that in my life.
Yeah, you're rarely ever going to have them all running at once. You might have it for whatever reason. You got a good deal, but usually you're probably only going to have 2 at a time going.
But I feel like I should, like I should be having them running it.
I've had 12 machines running at the same time.
Wow.
12.
My longest print was like 3 weeks.
The fact that he's actually got 12 machines running is the interesting thing. They're all running.
I mean, as it is, Sandra walks in here. She calls this the factory, and I'm like, you haven't seen anything.
I put in brand new shelving to mount my printers because I know where to put them.
Right.
So
I saw your post. Yeah.
Yeah, you only saw one shelf where I had my IDEX machines.
Mm-hmm.
But I have. Like, there's a shelf below that has yet to be populated. There's a shelf on the side that has filament along the top. It has printers on one level and my CO2 laser and printers on the bottom. And I'm going to try and maintain that amount of systems. Like that laser I unboxed today. The nice thing about that is I'm going to hang it. I'm going to put hooks on the side.
You can't use my code. You can't use a TH3D code for June?
Oh, did you get blocked?
Oh,
I don't know what would be up with that. I get a code from I'm an affiliate for TH3D. I get a code from them every month, so I don't know what would be the problem. Message them. I don't know what in the hell's going on.
Yeah, ping Tim.
He said the code worked, but he loses the free shipping when he uses the code. So it looks like one or the other.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, well, that happens. No, that happens if you use a discount code and it drops your total price below the free shipping threshold, then you lose the free shipping. Yes,
that'll be it.
Yep. So you'll need to go back and you'll add something to bring it back up. That's happened to me because I have. Yeah, they gave me a discount code permanently for.
Hey Ron, how you doing?
Military.
I know that
for being a veteran.
That's all.
Me being an affiliate with TH3D, I do not get free shipping on anything. So no matter how much I buy, I have to pay for my shipping. If I want to get a flex plate for my CR10 Max, it's like $60 to ship it here. So I got one from Trevor coming in Navarre, Florida. She's going to go buy a medium in a couple weeks in Navarre, and she's going to bring it back in her suitcase. At least she better bring it back in her suitcase.
Well, she better not come back.
Well, Jerry, if you ever need to put an order through them for the free shipping, just tell me. I'll do it, and we'll bring it. I'll meet you somewhere, and we'll figure it out.
No, I can't use my affiliate money.
No, but I can use mine. I have it. They gave me one for my military service. They gave me a permanent link, discount code that's just for me, so I can buy it with mine, get you the discount and the free shipping, and then you just give me the money for it.
I'm using affiliate money, not real money.
You're using their Benchy points or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now ZYLTECH, I'm an affiliate, and they put money in my account every month. I mean, 1 month it might be $5, another month it might be $70. It varies up and down. But what's cool about that is everybody uses the code on ZYLTECH, you get 15% off.
Right.
So everybody wins.
Right. Oh, and let me be clear, just in case whoever's watching, I do not share my code, my personal code, with anyone else. If anyone else has military service, reach out to TH3D and they'll give you your own code. I'm only offering that to help Jerry because he has he has a relationship with them, and I feel like that would not be frowned upon by Tim. To try to help someone out who's helping them. Yes.
Yeah. No, Tim wouldn't see that as he wouldn't frown on that.
Yeah, I asked Tim if I could take my affiliate money and put X amount of dollars of my affiliate money to pay for the shipping. He said, my system don't work that way. We can't do that.
Yeah.
Because I figured, well, if I give you $50 in affiliate money, then I don't have to pay $50 in real money. But he won't, evidently the system ain't set up to do that.
Yeah.
Jocko, how you doing from Cape Cod? I think his name is Jocko.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it says right there, duh.
Isn't everybody there named Jocko?
Yeah.
It's like John here.
Yeah, in Florida, man, that's so sad. There's like 150 people missing, and that building can't.
Oh,
in
the
Florida,
one in
the collapse.
Miami.
I mean,
I
the
know
building
that building.
pancaked, and I'm sorry, I don't think they're going to find anybody alive. It's a shame.
Very unlikely. They may still, but very unlikely.
As each day goes on, the chances are decreased.
Yep.
That was a huge building that came down.
Yeah.
The issue is the fires as well, with the debris and the cars in the basement. There's small fires and the smoke and everything else coming out of it, which makes it worse.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a real Jocko. Yeah. Okay.
The real Jocko.
Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is a real Jerry Knappen. How you doing, or something like that.
I was waiting to say good morning, Vietnam.
Yeah. Great movie.
It is a good movie, yeah.
It was. Boy, I miss Robin Williams. I really do.
That's a shame.
Not that we were friends, but man, just to see him, he was
great actor,
talented,
comedian.
Amazing guy.
Liam, my ESCs are on their way, my 20 amp ESCs, so we'll see how they go.
Let me know how it works out because I'm still waiting for my replacement motor. It's shipped. I'm just waiting for it to be delivered. It's going snail mail. So
what happened to your motors?
We'll get there.
What happened to your motors?
Oh, he had one locked up.
One of them locked up.
Okay.
I mean, so I have to go to full power just to make it turn over. So I think some of the coating on the windings burnt out.
Okay.
So,
I still wouldn't discount that it was the ESC's fault.
Well, I went through 4 ESCs.
Yeah, they're well worth it, man, Jerry. They are the nuts guts for that stuff.
Absolutely.
I haven't used them yet, but I got them in the mail. The batteries are charged. Since we last talked, I haven't worked on the droid. It's just sitting behind me.
The batteries charged, Jerry. They'll die if you don't. You need to get them to 50. The storage. You need to bring them down to 50%. If you don't,
I got as far as putting them on top, but then I saw the droid on the drone.
The drone,
so
the flying one.
So
that was cool.
I know. I want that.
Yeah. So on the YouTube video there is, honey, I need a drone. Whack.
Jerry, take your lipos, plug them into your charger, and discharge them down to 50%. There should be a storage option on your charger.
Oh, but you don't have like a programmable charger, do you?
I didn't buy that one. I didn't buy that one. Hey, do you have one you recommend, Jason, that's reasonable off Amazon? I can order it today.
I'll look on Amazon. The one that I have is Bionics.
This is the one I use.
And I got it at Friendly's, and it was the same price as anything I could find on Amazon.
Liam's one's one of the cheaper ones that works quite well. Yeah,
it works really well, and it's smart. It's got the boards. You can choose for the different types of batteries. You can charge them, and it has all the different heads for charging as well.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll look on Amazon today and find.
They're not that expensive. The one that Liam's got's a very reasonable price.
30 or 40 bucks.
Probably a bit more than that.
About 60,
maybe 50. You're gonna probably you're gonna want to pay about $50 or so, plus or minus, if you want something that's not gonna burn your house down.
Yeah,
all right.
50 or $50 is good, but that's good, and you have the adapter board, so it'll do the balance charging and stuff for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but how long has your battery been sitting there charged?
Couple days.
Yeah, that's not good for lipos. They will die.
Well, one of them
See,
that
like
came. One of them that
depends on
came.
the
I haven't.
battery, though. I think I feel like the quality of the battery has something to do with that. Because I have like my Onyx battery, which is a good quality, and I have one of those Z batteries, right, from Amazon, and I charge them both up. They're both 11 ones, and they charge up to about 12 something, right? Unplug them. My Onyx battery will sit there. They're both lipos, 3 cells. Will sit there and stay above 11 for a month. The Z will start to trickle down just sitting. I don't know why. I think it's just the quality and the materials, but there's a difference in the price in the battery, and that's a difference of $40 for one battery and $12 or $20 for the other battery.
Well, I've actually, since I was waiting for my motors, I discharged mine down to 50. I put into storage mode.
Yeah.
That way, then I know it's going to survive.
Right. Yeah. No. Always try to maintain them or put them in storage or something if you know it's going to be long term for sure.
And
But I've been using them, so I haven't done that.
And I always use the
battery, the alarm,
the warning alarm as well when I'm running it because I got a pack of 5 of those. They were cheap, and it just saves so much.
The charge one is 12.6 that I charged 3 or 4 days ago.
That's good.
Okay.
And the one that came in.
What do the individual cells show you, Jerry? Because you'll see maybe one cell's not holding it and pulling the rest down.
Let me check it again.
It should run through each cell.
Let it go through the cycle. Let it cycle through the cells.
Like one night I was in here and I heard this beeping. I'm like, what the hell is that? I turned everything off.
4.18, 4.21, 4.28, and then 12.6 on all of it.
If you start getting into the 3s, then you want to try. If you ever have a cell on a lipo, go below 3, throw the battery in your neighbor's garbage.
Well, stick it in a bucket of salty water is what you're supposed to do for 2 weeks.
And then the battery that came from them, I haven't charged at all. Let's see what it has. It's 11.8, 11.8, 3.92, 3.94, 3.97.
They're okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that's the one I haven't charged at all.
As long as it's above 3.2, I have my alarm set to 3.4, so it'll never discharge below that because it'll warn me, and that means I have to switch out the batteries. If you let it
3.4 is the lower limit you want to go.
Yeah, any lower than that, you end up destroying the battery.
My little one's out at the pool today.
Nice.
Nice. And she's loving it.
Oh yeah, she loves the pool. It's Saturday, all her friends show up. Yeah.
Bit cool for the pool for me today. What's it today?
Yeah, Jerry printed the SN11. Show them, Jerry. They're asking about it.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah, it prints out really nice. And I had to glue on the pipes on the side of it. When I did, I went in and glued the bottom stack on it. But the pins move. The landing gear folds in and out. It isn't crushed. It's got 3 engines. This is very cool. $5 to buy it. And now I'm printing out the other bigger rocket. I'm working on it.
Oh, the F9? The F9 like I have here?
Yeah. But I had to get back on the site today, and I had to buy the capsule separate. That was like $4 and something.
Yeah.
So.
What? Okay. That one was free.
I know, Thingiverse. I didn't go to Thingiverse.
Fab 365 have it as sections for the capsule and the rocket base.
Yeah, that was sections too. Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry don't slum it at Thingiverse, man.
Yeah, sure I do, but not very often.
Absolutely.
I usually go through designers and stuff. It depends what I'm looking for. When I'm going to do a video and I'm trying out filming or something, I get on Thingiverse, I get on things, I get on everywhere, saying what would be cool for my video, and I randomly get stuff. If I'm doing resin, I usually go through designers that I know, and I usually don't buy my models. I say, hey, I want to do a video. I want to feature your model, and they say, sure, and they give me, they send it to me. That's how most of my resin stuff comes from, typically.
Yeah, I got one of Luke Skywalker recently that I'm going to have to print. I'll print it soon. I haven't. I think I found a flaw with my 4K. There's a plastic coating over the glass for the LCD screen on the bottom, and so and I had a hole. I had the FET puncher, so the resin cured to the glass.
Oh.
and because it's coated in plastic, I can't remove it.
You got to get those the plastic razor blades, and it helps.
Yeah.
It helps scrape it off. Yeah, that way it won't scratch the plastic, but it'll knock off. It'll help to knock off. Yeah.
If I buy the little balance charger, can I keep both these on there like a trickle charge for an extended period of time?
I think one at a time, right?
One at a time, not both of them.
Okay.
But you don't want to leave it on there forever. No.
Okay.
But they'll put a minimum balance, a maintenance charge in them, so they're on a maintenance level.
If you've known me for very long, I get into something and then I kind of fizzle off and I do something else, and I have like 100 different things going on. So I would have to set this up in an area with a piece of paper or a sign or something to remind me. Otherwise, it'd wind up going dead. So
that happens to me. I get like the pit droid that I'm doing. It's not even for me. My daughter came in and said she wanted a pink robot, a giant one. So here I am. I'm printing him, and it's gonna be pink, like a rose gold pink. And I made a custom chest plate that says this droid belongs to, and I have her initials AJM on it.
You're gonna prime it first, right?
No, I'm just gonna rub all the paint. I'm gonna finger paint it, Jerry.
Okay, all right. Well, some people don't know any better.
I typically don't know any better, but I have an.
But you got your wife there. Your wife's the painter, right?
Well, don't call her that.
Okay.
That's like
she's
calling
an artist.
her name.
She's an artist, not a painter. She's an artist.
Artiste.
Artiste, yes.
Artiste.
That leaves a lot of latitude.
I was an artist for a while. I was drawing unemployment benefits.
Liam says he can't paint. I can't be trusted with crowns. I'm not allowed to have crowns in public.
He's a dull painter. Nice.
I'm not allowed to paint.
That was a joke around. That was that was God. I was very young back then. I was actually unemployed for a short amount of time, but yeah. So I was always going to. People ask, "What were you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm an artist." That was always what we always said when we were unemployed.
The only good thing with these droids, bad a paint job doesn't do any harm because they're used. The droids have been used, so that's a good thing.
Jason, I got back on GST 3D a few days ago. I ordered 10 more rolls of their white filament. They had it for like $99 or something, free shipping.
Yeah,
so I got 10 more rolls coming. At some point, I eventually want to get back to printing R2D2 and then someday finish it. But where was I going with this conversation? Oh, yeah. I need to get back on the Patreon. I need to figure out every single file I'm ever going to need for that and download it and put it in one folder. Because right now, I just go on the Patreon. I download what I need to print right then and there. Yeah. But I need to just download everything I need and have it so I don't have to try to figure out where it is at some point.
Yeah, well, be careful because I know some of those things change over time and some of them are and are not compatible. And so when you do the body of it, that's fine. When you start getting into the different panels that open and the motion things, watch out and ask questions on what works with what you've done because it can get confusing. I see a lot of people go, I printed this and it doesn't work, and they're like, duh, you got to get the Mark III, not the Mark II, and you're like,
yeah. It's like I had people that didn't believe I printed that on the CR10 Max, and I showed them pictures. And I said I had about 1/4 of an inch clearance all the way around. And the guy messaged me a few weeks later, and he said, "Can you measure it for me?" So eventually I went and measured. I go, "Yeah, it's 18 inches." So then he believed me once I showed him a picture with a tape measure across it. I guess he didn't believe me. I mean, I don't BS people, but then a lot of people don't know who I am either. So,
well, a lot there, but there's a lot of people that would do something like that,
Or they'll use the slides will say you cannot print this because the boundary will not let you because you've got your skirt turned on or whatever. So you need to understand how
all those works. Have workarounds though.
I couldn't put a brim or a skirt on it; it wouldn't fit, and I had to have the firmware
modified. But you can, Jerry.
Me.
That's the thing is you can if you go into your slicer and you adjust the boundaries out, right?
Oh yeah.
You can still print the skirt. Now it may cut it off with a square edge. If you go beyond obviously the bed, you don't want to let it print. It physically won't move off the edge of the bed. That right, your print head can only go so far on the X and the right. So, but it may cut it off a little square, but at least you'll have something to help,
For baby stepping in the first line, that's the best way to do it.
With that dome being so big, the first rotation will give you all that anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
slow it down, and you've got enough. You don't need the skirt.
Yeah.
So there's a question there about SG90s. With the SG90s, you could probably do the BB R2s, right?
Yeah, the
Yes,
R2s
all
with the
SG90s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the SG90s.
Yeah, so you can do the BBs with the SG90s because
Those little blue ones, right? Little
This
cheap
one.
blue
Yes.
ones.
Yeah.
Those are the little blue ones with the full rotation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do anything that spins full 360 in both directions. You can do with the SG90s.
Yeah, get on
And
Mr. Badelli's.
Yeah,
Mr.
anything
Bagley's
with a range of motion.
month.
I mean, you could still use an SG90 in anything
On
that has a
T-Bone,
fixed range of motion. You just need to go into your settings in
And lock
your
it. Lock your range.
right, and lock your motion to not push it so far. But it does make it easier if you've already got.
But no, the BB R5 R2s, those three servos, perfect.
Yeah, any of the babies, they're made for that. Yeah.
Yep.
Or they were designed with that in mind. Yeah.
I noticed the Prusa Mini is finicky on filament. What I put in it, the Prusa printed perfect. Then when I ran other filament in, I had to crank my temps way up because I didn't realize I had an all metal hot end. I think it was Jason that brought it to my attention. So I had to crank them up. And I tried putting some Arion old filament. I had white in here right before the stream. And my first layer was too close and I had a clog. And yeah, it was a pain to get it out. But that's another thing. A lot of people buy printers, and if they bury that nozzle on the first layer and get a clog, they're like, "Oh my God, it's broken!" They send it back.
So I've seen printers like that. I've seen printers that were returned, and there was nothing wrong with them at all. All because of lack of knowledge.
Yeah, so I had to take off the coupling. He had to pull the one piece out of it stuck, and I finally got it. So I got it. When I use different filament in it, I just have to crank up the temp. I did find a sock on Amazon. I put a sock on it, so. It's an orange sock.
The all-metal hot ends, you need to go up the temp from normal printing by about 5 to 10 degrees.
Yeah, I cranked up
5, 10, sometimes 15. Well, the different filaments depend. Will vary too. So like if you get like coax filament or if you get atomic filament, US filaments, you need to up that temp because they don't melt as fast as the Chinese filaments.
They don't have all the crap in it. It's more pure.
Yeah.
The
Prusa change to a silk type filament, another 10 degrees if you want TPU.
Because the silk has horrible layer adhesion. You've got to up the temperature. Yeah.
All the parts I printed for the mini base were pre-sliced, pre-G-code, pre-sliced files that I downloaded, and I didn't realize it, but I was printing at PETG temps, and I had that roll of PLA from them. It still printed perfect. It was like 250 and 80 or 90. I mean, they had the bed crank up really high, and it did print perfect.
Yeah. Even with PLA, you can go a little high. The thing that you usually see is like
burnt spots.
The finish, right? It might be a little shinier, or it may have some, like a little more matte, a little more. Depends on how the cooling hit it. You might get a little extra stringing, but I mean the PLA is pretty forgiving. Well, but you can go in, you can edit that G code file, and change the temperatures before you print it if you're ever going to print it again, Jerry.
Yeah. I don't know what I seen. I was watching a girl on YouTube. She does Iron Man costumes. I just found out about her recently when 3D Print General had the video with me in it. And I seen her in it, so I went and subbed to her. And she had some kind of a program that would analyze the G code file. She threw the file in and it would tell her all the temperatures and everything that was set up in. I didn't know there was such a program. But what program would edit a G code? I don't know that you can. I can't drop it in my slicer.
Notepad++.
Text. Yeah, Notepad++.
Oh,
Notepad.
Notepad.
It's just purely a text file. It's just
not
a text file.
Notepad, not Windows Notepad.
No,
Notepad++.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, so just edit that and look for like your M109, M104. I think is that right? M109, M104.
Yeah, right at the very start.
Double check that. Yeah.
Yeah, you could also. What's the other one that actually does all the curving? What's it called? The plugin
for the weld, not the weld.
Yes.
Arc.
Yeah. Arc Weld.
Arc Welder.
Arc Welder is really good as well for including curves and stuff.
I had issues
Jonah?
with Arc Welder on my doing lots of blobs and weird issues through Octoprint, so I took it off the Octoprint. I haven't tried the Arc Welder on Cura, but in the Octoprint plugin I had issues, so I took it out.
Really?
Yeah, it would do the curving, it would work fine, but it would do some strange patterning on the model. I took it out, reprinted it, worked fine. It was just do some weird stuff, especially when well, my issue was I was doing it with non-curved objects, and that's when it would play up.
Yeah,
With
I think
artifacts.
it's built into Idea Maker. They built a version of that into Idea Maker.
Yeah, Andrew, the TV is still working perfect too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Where can I buy files for the baby droid? Well, that's on Mr. Badley's
Patreon.
I3K.
$5 a month. Sign up.
Yeah. There is now. If you go to Mr. Badley's Patreon, and you're not one of his patrons, he does give you access to, I think, 1 or 2 R2, like a full size R2. You can get that for free. It's just a bare bones, right? I think that's what you can get, and then the $1 or $2 one or whatever will get you a few more things. The $5 will get you everything.
Yeah.
And it's well worth it. And you know, I hate to say this, but you know, I know people that have done this, that you know, that I've talked to them about Mr. Badley's droids, and they've told me they've gone in, paid the $5, went in and just downloaded his entire OneDrive thing and then canceled. Don't do that, guys. I mean, come on. You know, Michael Badley, he puts a lot of effort, and he's a really good guy. He's totally engaged with everyone. You know, if you have questions, if you need help, if you just post something, he sees it. He responds. He
comes back straight away. Stuff comes back.
Yeah, I mean, the guy is well worth your $5. Trust me, it's well worth it. It's less than a coffee, a single coffee at Starbucks. Come on, a month. Yeah. You know, and you're benefiting. You're going to benefit from that $5 well more than you could ever imagine. You really would.
I do see that the new ones, the Pit Droid, the Speeder, and that they're under a separate individual folder, so that you haven't got the option.
Right.
Which is good.
Right.
Yeah, I've got confused on the site many times when I'm trying to find this or that, and it's like, well, now where do I go? I get lost quite a bit.
Yeah,
the newer stuff, the mini droids and all that. The structure's a lot better, but the earlier stuff, it's a bit confusing. And especially if they've got a lot of community mods. He's got all those folders in there too, like from Jason, the version changes and the panel changes
or
and
something
things
or
like
whatever.
That.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have some things in there that they're mods and add-ons and stuff, and you want to make sure that if you're planning to go that route down the road, that you start out the right way, so you're not reprinting another body or reprinting another dome, or you know, if you don't have to.
But if you pay the $5, download the latest PDF for the links, and you can go straight to the baby droid straight away, and you can download any ones you want. Yeah, no problem at all.
Or just sort the Patreon page by dedicated supporter, which is the $5. And it'll give you just those posts, and you'll have all the links to the things that are for that.
Yeah, but his new introduction PDF's updated for all the new links, which is good.
And he keeps all that stuff updated really well too.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for him. He said he was going to do a video on how to assemble the cockpit motion system for the
the back, the rear cockpit.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I've tried, and I think I've ended up gluing my servo arm the wrong way.
Are you going to print out the water collector for a mark? That thing's big. That thing's big, man.
It's not that big. So it's what, like 12 inches tall or something?
Yeah.
I can print that as one piece.
Show off.
I wish he had. Well, now you know when you have bigger.
Probably.
I could, but you know, many of his models are broken up because most of Michael Badley's printers are Prussias, right? So a lot of his files are cut out. He does have some S5s, obviously, but you know, he does it to be able to accommodate. Not everybody has 5 S5s. It's more likely if you have 5 printers, you're going to have, you know, varying sizes.
A couple of Crealities, maybe ones. One Prusia if you're a rich person,
Right.
And
so
S5 is a big clunky printer that has lots of problems.
Which one is yours?
An S5 is a big clunky printer that has lots of problems all the time.
Well, you know, I
I
never
don't- I don't
really
have
had
an
a problem
X5.
with mine till I blew out the board. The board is what smoked on me eventually. I think it just overheated. No, really, it just died. So when that happened, I just took it apart and decided to upgrade it all. And then I got lazy and interested in other things, and now I've sold it. I got to finish putting it together, but it I've tested it. It runs. It prints fine.
I've had
But
stepper
I've already
drivers
sold
go
it
out
for
and
$1,000. So
I've had stepper drivers go out on 2 Creality boards, and as such, you can't replace them. So, there's more money.
yeah, I mean, you can if you have the tools, but it's not worth if
Yeah,
you're
I
not
don't have
doing
the
it all the
knowledge.
You
time.
just solder them off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not. I mean, why buy a heat station to change something that
Yeah.
is going to cost you 100 times a new board?
Yeah.
The thing about Prusa is they're very reliable. They're well built. They stand by their guarantee. Their guys are great. Look at how they jumped on channel online with Jerry to help
Mhm.
out.
Oh yeah.
Ultimatum. I've had Creality machines and stuff for 4.5, 5 years now. All these other printers, and then at the Prusa Mini, the community bought it for me, and I got it put together. It was fun. It was about 1 million parts and took forever. But anything goes wrong, it tells you right on the screen what's wrong. So if somebody knows nothing about Prusa, everything is right there. It's not because I already know printers. It's right there, and they got 24-hour support. If there's something broke, they send it out to you in 3 days. They have everything on their site you ever need. So being somebody that's been in Creality forever, I see why people love Prusa, because it's very simple. It's almost like having a microwave in your kitchen. You push a button and it just works.
Yeah.
Now they're on their bed. Their thermistor completely sucks. And I took one off for a generic machine for Creality I bought off Amazon, and I spliced in one of those thermistors. But they did mail me another one from the Czech Republic in 3 days. I had it that quick. It's a spare someday for whenever, I'll never use it. But yeah, so I completely understand why people love Prusa.
Yeah,
Well, it's like anything else, right? The general rule
expensive.
is you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
But I think in 3D printing, it goes a little further, right? You get what you pay for, but you also get based on how much effort you put into it, right? You get what you put into it. So you can start with a Creality printer at a half or third of the price of something else, but by the time you're done with your time, your effort, and other parts that you purchased, you're there. Now, for some people, that journey is satisfying, right? They enjoy that.
I disagree with you to some extent, Jason.
Of course you would.
Of course, I believe in it, right? And the reason why is most of my printers are stock, and I don't have problems with them. They just print.
Oh no, I don't mean that they have problems. I'm just saying that
it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve.
It really is, right? So you can get a Creality printer, and right out of the box, it may work satisfactorily.
They all do.
But if you don't know,
but it's the individual, right? The individual wants to print faster, wants to print hotter, wants to print, with a better. They start looking at the options, right? You came with a stock MK8 hot end, and you're limited to 250 or less. You want to print Pete or something, right? Now you're putting in all these mods and things like that, and that's fun for a while, and for some people it's fun forever, or it meets a certain need, and then they do it. So
yeah, if you have anything other than a Prusa, it may work perfect out of the box. All my printers have, but if you want, like he says, mod or do anything, you have to learn how to do that. Find out from somebody how to do it. It don't just tell you. The machine don't just tell you what to do. And the Prusa, basically everything you want to know is right there.
Think that is one of these, and that's the problem. They think it's a 2D printer, 3D printer. They're the same thing. They're not. That's the trouble. And it's a
Hey, Tripod. I sent you a link earlier, Tripod.
It's time to end the stream. Tripod here.
Yeah, we're not in the stream.
We saw
Tripod. If you're able to drop in, use your phone, because I know you got shitty internet where you're at.
We did see Eggbot drive up and down the aisle. We thought it'd be swimming in the aisle or fire starting down the aisle. So
idling it down.
Hey, Dixon.
Hey, I gotta pop off for a little while. I see you guys in half an hour or so.
Okay, Matt. Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Don't talk so much next time.
He didn't say anything.
He was working hard.
He's always quiet though.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, you can make any printer print great, but a lot of people that don't know how to do this and that, you have to research it, find it out, trial and error, change things. Where with the Prusa on the Mini anyway, it just seems to work. Yeah, the next 3 days later, the thermistor on the bed broke, and that has never ever happened on a Creality machine. I've never had a thermistor wire break. I've had a thermistor go out one time on a bed, but never the wire broke. So I replaced it my way and fixed it. But yeah, it just depends on your knowledge level.
Right, and well, those things can happen to anybody. Yeah. In the end, it depends on the support. Like Liam was saying, is if you tried to reach out to Creality, right? They want pictures, they want a video, they want you to do some acrobatics,
and they'll get a hold of you in 3 or 4 days, maybe.
Right. Yeah. You have 24/7 support with Prusa. You message them and say, "Hey, this is the message I have on my screen," and they're like, "Okay, 2-3 days, you're fixed."
Yep.
And if you're live streaming at the time, which I and a few people have done, they'll drop in and watch. Mm-hmm. Hey, here he is, the man himself. We've got Tripod.
Hey, John.
What's going on, man?
How's it going?
What? Who are these people in here?
How you doing?
Yeah,
yes,
we're the cool kids. What are you doing here?
What am I doing? Oh, let me leave.
We've been watching the Dan's stream with great jealousy.
Hey, it was like a magnet. It's like I'm drawn to it. There's a CR6 SE over to my left.
Oh, your favorite.
Yeah, it's only it's less than half full there. That's a shame.
It's the non-tripod edition. It works.
Yeah, the urge not to go over there and do something.
Well, did you bring over a fire extinguisher? Leave it beside them?
Are you still set up next to Dan?
Dan kind of moved. I guess I was interfering with the streams a little too much.
So you've gone down one table. You've jumped a table, haven't you?
No, he wound up have like 2 or 3 more printers, and he was sharing with Shane, so he just moved down like 2 tables. So
I'd move if they set me up next to you too.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey, Gregory, how you doing?
Well,
bringing him down.
Not too bad today. But did you guys see the floor in here?
Yeah,
it's all wet.
Yeah. It's still damp again.
You turned your camera off.
Hold on. It won't let me.
Yeah, we can see it on Dan's stream. It's still very shiny. A lot of wet spots in it still.
Yeah, it's
Show us your hat.
Hold on.
Oh, nice.
So.
Oh, that's the Kaiwu. Ooh.
Yeah, that's rain. Yeah.
Is that wet or is that the shine?
That's all wet. So what's happening here is that it's so humid and the floor is cold. It's collecting all the moisture.
Condensation.
Condensing, yeah.
Yeah, so, that's there's only a couple dry spots, like right there. I thought it was dry when I was coming in. So I'm like, okay, I'll just like go along the side of the tables. Oh, no. That I took a really bad spill right when I got here.
Hey,
wow.
Was there wet floor signs put out?
No.
Well, good. You want to get your house paid for?
Well, Joe telling was like, oh, I heard you fell. Do you own the place yet?
Yeah, if they don't have a wet floor sign out, they're looking for a lawsuit. But
yeah. So I brought the new machine out. I actually did pretty good out here. So
it survived it. It should do. It's built like a brick shit house.
They're a good machine. They're actually
They are nice.
They're built like the Taz machines.
Yeah, I've heard they're really good.
Yeah,
sure, go ahead.
Well, John needs an amazing printer to get a print done. So.
I'm wearing the Tripod's Garage.
Yeah. I wanted to have the hat, the shirt, like the cape, the whole setup to get on Jerry's stream today, just to bug him, but I didn't get anything yet.
Yeah, well,
I wanted the banner.
I missed you. I had no one hassling me on my.
Can I get all that in time for his 2,500 sub stream
for next weekend?
Can I have the banner and everything?
I'll donate a koozie.
And a koozie.
Yeah, koozie left.
Sandra wants the koozie. Sandra wants to buy the koozie. So as soon as
I'll show that in a minute.
the door goes up, let us know.
Yeah.
Sandra has a koozie addiction.
Yeah, that came out really good.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So
I hope you paid Maddie for all her time.
Are those the little dinky, like 10-ounce mugs? Are they like they hold like a legit cup of coffee? Are they the sippy cups? Yeah.
Sippy cup size or the real man size?
Sippy cup. That's a regular coffee cup.
get Yeah, I'm all out of sippy cups. Those went really fast. So right now it's basically just there was a big crowd here for a while, and it died down. So I guess the tradition here is on Saturday, people bust out the alcohol.
Allegedly.
Homemade alcohol. So we'll see if that happens.
That's why I'm
The
watching
internet
Dan
here sucks.
stream
Sorry,
live to
guys.
see when the fun starts, when the booze comes out and the fun starts.
Well,
Yeah, Murph is a
see, the
little
problem
lower
is
than
Dan
half
is
full, right?
saturating the internet by keeping the stream going. You let us other people.
It's all Dan's fault.
If you're on your cell phone, I wonder why you got choppy internet. Matt Farmer from 3D Print Noob was streaming on Facebook earlier, and he had perfect quality.
Everybody
It's
else
just
is using the
tripods
same.
touching it.
Everybody else is using the same cell tower now, and it's slowing it all down.
Huh.
Maybe.
Oh, the cell is worse.
And different carriers, depends on your carrier as well. That was
Yeah.
very.
Yeah.
What's your carrier? Are you with Verizon or who?
Are you with Verizon?
Oh, it's Sprint.
That's right.
Sprint.
But we were supposed to get our Well, we were supposed to get the T-Mobile cards this week, and they didn't arrive. So
Yeah, I got those on my phone. The
we're
T-Mobile
hoping to have a
card.
better signal.
Yeah, that's
but
what I
now
have
when
too.
it boots up, it's got a T-Mobile logo when it boots up.
Yeah, the thing is, Sprint rents access off of the other carriers, and that's what's and they're limited in how much they can transmit.
Well, they're basically an MVNO of T-Mobile now because they bought them.
But still,
Yeah.
but they have to move. But the cell towers are set up to prioritize T-Mobile.
Right. Yeah,
content.
you're a second-class customer for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And even then, T-Mobile, even though they say they have great coverage, it's not as good as some Verizon.
It's like everyone else. Like, so here in Vegas, I have T-Mobile for my phone. It works everywhere I go. It works inside the air traffic control tower. Anywhere I go, I have coverage everywhere. My work phone that the government gives me originally was Verizon. It worked nowhere I needed to be. They switched me to AT&T, and it's a little bit better. But they don't have a contract with T-Mobile, so they don't switch over to them.
I'm the opposite. I have Verizon, and it works everywhere I go.
Yep. Yeah. And when I was in Florida, Verizon worked everywhere I went.
Yeah.
But here, it all just depends on where you are and the type of coverage. So
I kind of felt a little out this morning because I didn't have tripod, and they're giving me a hard time. You weren't there giving me a hard time this morning. It felt a bit odd.
He felt lonely, tripod. He felt
did.
lonely, Liam did. No abuse coming in.
But you know, everything works better without the tripod effect.
Well, look, this is the prints I got, so this is the burns I got, so that's good.
Nice.
And it stayed within the confines of the printer as well, even better.
What printer is that? Is that your?
No, that's an R2 laser.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Master
asking.
Pro.
Is that the R2, the O-Tour,
Oh,
the
no.
Laser Master?
Laser Master 2
Tripod
Pro,
has a
yeah.
boo-boo.
Laser Master 2. Okay.
Tripod has a boo-boo.
Oh, you got a boo-boo. What happened to you?
It actually might be broken. Well, it might be actually broken.
When you fell?
That's what happened when I fell.
Oh, they're all great.
Oh,
Have you
Two
said
houses.
anything?
Two houses.
Have you said anything to the people running it that you fell and have you said anything about it?
Well, I did tell
You
him
speak
that
to the
on
organizers.
my way out yesterday.
You said
Yeah.
something to them?
It was-
I'd say something about it. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I would.
said
Can you get a larger
Here's what
one
it
of those
says.
things on your finger and put it around your neck?
Yeah, whiplash.
Wow, you're so kind, Jason.
You know,
Hey, don't be calling names now.
Actually, if I slipped and fell, if I slipped and fell, and I never got hurt, I wouldn't say nothing, even if they didn't have fines. I'm not an ambulance chaser. I'm not a sue happy kind of person. If I got hurt, then I would say something. But yeah, a lot of people would. Just like you see in Vegas all the time on hidden cameras, people go, "Oh wow, there's water." They walk back outside, they intentionally fall, and then they say, "Oh," and then they see it on camera and run them off. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. How did Zolon do with this drone flying around? I saw the video on the drone was quite good.
I missed that part.
Zolon's drone was flying around quite nicely. That was doing a good job.
Yeah. So Zolan, actually, I don't know if he posted a video, but I was like chasing with the egg bot and his drone.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like,
You go around doing circles. We saw it on
Yeah,
Dan's stream.
Oh,
The Eggbot
cool.
was in the middle there doing circles around it.
Yeah, I
think
missed
you-
it. I'll have to watch it.
I'm not sure if that was the drone that was recording or not. So that would be a really cool footage because, I was going around him, he was going around
Yeah, I can
me.
see that. It was quite cool.
Yeah,
I
so-
said that to the guys here when that Eggbot's got the drone running around his head at the moment. Yeah, so
Yeah, the
Did you
Eggbot's-
bring Tito with you to get some good camera shots?
Oh, you know how many times I asked if there was a camera in there? And these are people that haven't even seen the stream before.
word has got
I'm
out.
like, is Jason
Word has
We
got
heard
out.
about you.
I'm like, what's Jason talking about? Does he have more of a social media presence than I know about?
It wasn't me.
There is a post on Murph's website for some reason about tripod and be aware.
Yeah.
An anonymous posting on the Murph website.
It was in the disclaimer.
Yes, tripod may be there.
Right. No, there's a no skirt sign outside.
Yeah, with a tripod X.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's no,
A tripod's fine. It's just a Droid X. Yeah.
Oh,
the
man.
Eggbot's actually been, it's like, what do you bring to Murph, right, to help attract to your table, right? And people have the standard bases and stuff, but the Eggbot literally has drawn a lot of people here, and then the thing is you can't really drive it while it's that busy because
Right.
people are not watching.
Somebody
and
step on it and break it.
It's gonna
you know?
get
But it's
kicked
big.
and all
It
that.
makes a
Yeah.
noise.
And
It's
you
got
know how
flashing
pissed I
lights.
would be.
It ticks all the boxes. It ticks all the boxes.
Are you
Flashing
there?
lights and
You're
noise,
there
and
with your
it's-
wife, right? You're there with your wife.
Yeah.
Is she sitting
Oh,
next
so
to
you're
you?
supervised. Yeah, good.
Is she sitting next to you?
Yeah, she's talking to
Turn it-
someone.
Turn the camera
That's
and say hi to her. Since we're not there.
Hello, Mrs. Tripod.
Hello.
Hey, wait,
Oh, she
you're
can't
on
hear you.
YouTube.
Hello. How
Hi.
you doing? All right. Cool. Thank you.
So it's like she's not much of a YouTube presence person, but she had no choice on that one. So,
Well,
but and everyone you see the standard printers and you see some heavily customized and people that build them on their own. I saw Ender 5. It must have had a 10 nozzles on it. It rotates
What?
around. Yeah, it is. I'll try to get a picture
Wow.
of it tomorrow.
Like a machine
Get
gun.
video of it. Get video of it working.
Yeah, it's like a Gatling gun thing.
Yeah,
It goes-
as it changes.
Yeah, it's really cool. But I'm like, man, at that point, I would just make my own frame. What are you holding on to that frame for? I mean, and he's got that on the 2020 extruded aluminum. It doesn't look like it weighs much, but okay, you put all this engineering into it, and he's still using the old gantry and the frame. Come on, But
Well, I mean, if the frame's good, the frame's good. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
but at least I would think at least a beefier, extrusion.
That sounds
If
like a
it,
good
but if it
add-on
doesn't
for-
need it, if you don't
Yeah.
need to go 30-30, then if he's not, he can rotate the nozzles if he's not printing a million miles an hour.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's a rotation.
That would
Yeah.
be a
pretty
good
cool.
add-on for the rat rig.
Well, the rat rig's all 30-30. Oh, you're talking about that spinny? Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
That tool changer, yeah.
Yeah,
my
we need
Hypercube
to
is all
see that.
30-30.
We need to see that, John. We can neither confirm nor deny your statement until you have visual evidence.
I will sacrifice what's left of my body to go over there and take a picture of it tomorrow.
It's,
Take one
for the
it's not any
team.
good
Take one for
unless
the
you
team
lose an
there,
arm,
Tripod.
John.
Take one
So-
for the
The problem
I've
is,
seen Joel and Chuck were building a car earlier, and Jim was filming them.
yeah,
They had a little bitty one about this big, and they built a great big one on a table.
Yeah, I was heading over there because it was the first time that wasn't busy over there, and then Jim comes up with the camera and they're shooting. I'm like, okay, I'll leave. So I actually got a picture of them doing that. It's pretty cool. But the guy that has that printer is right across from them. So getting over there is not exactly the
Hard work.
easiest experience. And with giving the conditions of the floor for me,
This morning, oh yeah, that's right. You can flip. You have your crutches, right?
yeah.
He can
Oh,
ride Eggbot over. Sit on Eggbot
That's
and drive
right.
over.
Yeah.
You didn't bring your Terminator leg to put on?
No, I forgot it at home.
Okay.
You forget parts once in a while, Jerry. That happens. So usually it's my brain that I leave behind, but that time was
Is it still as dead as it was this morning?
Well, no, it's about what it is this morning. So there was a lot of foot traffic during the day. So
Well, Have you been to a convention in Las Vegas? That wasn't busy. That was dead slow from what I've seen.
Oh yeah, well, January. We're talking about pandemic, post-pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a little bit different now, but I mean, you can count on one hand how many people were wearing masks. And so
I've seen a few, and I only seen a few, and that was it.
yeah, and
So, are people shaking hands or fist bumping? Is everybody doing a fist bump?
both. It was both. It depends on the person.
Yeah.
So, you stick out a hand. I mean, any person that I took to shake a hand, they did. So
Yeah.
Over here the pandemic is over. Let's just say that.
And Chuck even talked to Tripod, so there you go.
Yeah, I mean, hey, and so Ben Heck, he's here.
Right? There was a massive turnout, which is great to see, actually.
Yeah.
All makers should talk to all makers. Nobody's above and beyond and special. We're all the same people. We just do different things.
Yeah,
Yes.
Chuck is a nice guy, though. Chuck Hallebuck, he's a nice guy to deal with. I've chatted with him many times on email.
Yeah. Chuck came. Actually, he came to my booth here we're talking for 15, 20 minutes.
Ages. Yeah, they're complete damn aside.
If I meet anybody at a maker fair and they won't shake my hand, I'll pee on their leg. Yeah, that's about all I can think to say.
That absolutely does not surprise me.
Jerry the golden shower giver.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
Yeah, so it was Oh, Jesse Foreman. Hey. And I'm actually on with Jerry and everyone.
Hello there, Jesse.
How you doing?
Hey. Yeah, so there's the egg bot. So here. So how you doing, Jesse?
He's gone mute. He's there.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough.
But it looked like it was good. It was still a decent turnout. But
yeah, I mean they have restricted numbers, and they've got the table spacing a lot further than they normally have it. So they haven't tried to squeeze it in. So I mean they've done a good job on getting it organised. So full credit to them.
Is he or is he not?
He is. He's passed out.
Last time he goes, no, I was reading.
Yeah, that's what he always says.
Jason.
Stab.
What?
Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
What?
Hey.
I'm doing things.
Yeah,
I'm multitasking.
Yeah.
I'm tech supporting.
Oh, okay. I thought you were sleeping.
No.
You need tattoos on your eyeballs, so when your eyes are closed, you look.
Believe me, 150% when I say I do not talk to you in my sleep.
All right.
Ever.
Thank God for that. That's a scary thought.
He talks.
You're not even there.
He speaks to dead people instead.
Right.
I speak to dead people.
I see burning printers.
I've been lucky. I've never had one burn on me. I've never had one smoke on me ever.
Touch wood, quick, touch wood.
Touch wood.
Right, touch wood.
Hey, Kenny Briggs. How you doing, Kenny?
Good, you guys?
Well, there goes the neighborhood. Kenny's here.
Someone's got to raise the standard of the stream.
What's up,
And
guys?
Dixon Hoffman. Hello, guys.
Hello.
How you doing?
Okay, I'm going to do a Dixon, right?
Yeah, he's got a rocker too. Hey, I think I can rock mine.
Yeah, I'm rocking.
Mine rocks too.
I can turn.
Doing good.
I can get some exercise while I'm sitting down. I can work my hips. Eat a couple more
I'm dancing.
cupcakes.
That's just a bad word picture. Don't do that. Don't say it.
See, I have problems sitting still too for a couple of minutes. Hyper.
How's it going, Dixon?
Good.
Busy?
Living the dream. Yeah.
Somebody
Well, this
got
weekend
working.
I had to make a bunch of litho night lights for a customer, and then I 3D printed my I don't know if you can see it in the background. My laser light, right?
No, we didn't.
There.
Let me interrupt you for a minute. No, we didn't answer that. I think an Ender 5 Plus would be great for a second printer, but I don't own one.
I do, and it's a fantastic printer.
Yeah, it's a great printer.
Yes,
miss
I have
mine.
one.
Yeah, I really do
They're
miss
awesome.
mine.
I love it. Mine
Yeah.
is my for large prints. Mine is my workhorse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I would definitely toss that Ender 6 to get my Ender 5 Plus back. Yeah.
I left that comment on the screen earlier, as you know, but we didn't get to it, and I moved on. But sorry we didn't answer it earlier.
Oh yeah, I have the little one. I don't have the Plus. I wish I had the Plus.
Yeah, the 5 Plus is a nice machine. I do all my PETG printing on it. And
Isn't it the Plus that's got all the bells and whistles? The Plus is the larger of them.
It's the larger, but
it's 350 by 350 by 400.
Yeah.
Okay.
The cube
Comes
design,
with the BL Touch.
and it's a bed dropper, not a cylinder.
Right.
Okay.
Not a BL
Yeah.
Touch.
And it's one of the few that comes with a BL Touch on it. Yeah.
I'll have to get one of these days, and I can replace one of my CR10s, and then I'll have the Hypercube, and that'll be similar to a smaller version of Hypercube.
They really are. It really is a great printer.
Ender 5 Plus. I wrote it
And
down.
if you can throw on, take the time to do some mods to it, you can make it an amazing printer.
The only
Like,
thing I changed on mine is I put in the all metal hot end, and that's it.
I'll talk to Trevor from
Yeah.
Navari 3D Printing. He might have some that he's selling. I don't know.
Like
he
with
might.
mine, I put on the direct drive, the Microswiss direct drive, and I took it right back off. It really didn't make much of it. Yeah, it gave me other issues. So I just went back to the issues that I had. So the long Bowden tube didn't bother me. So I went back to just having it a Bowden tube, but I did swap the main board for an SKR and put in Marlin that where I could do the G20 the G32 the whatever the Z-Rod leveling G34
38 is it?
whatever the G whatever and that was good. I liked that because it was, it just was. You trade one type of step for a different type of step.
So you put it. So to do that, you put in You put in end stops.
No, it uses the BL Touch.
Okay.
Yeah. So it just goes from side to side to get the bed. The
bed level. Yeah.
Right, as best you can, and then you can go around and do your mesh, and it was nice. But yeah, I did keep the Microswiss hot end on it, and it was really good, but I sold it to a friend of mine that was wanting to get into. And in fact, he just sent me some pictures. I got this guy into 3D printing. His wife questions him every day.
So his wife hates your guts.
Pretty much. And my neighbor across the street, he was trying to convince his wife, and she's like, one hobby at a time. So he just sent me this. He does tabletop gaming.
Oh yeah,
So he's
nice.
printed all that.
Oh
See
yeah.
if I can get a kind of
Cool.
a good angle on it.
Wow.
And another, well, that's kind of there we go.
they are perfect for that. They are
Yeah.
Yeah.
perfect.
Cool.
If he's only
It's
got
just,
one machine, he's got that running around the clock to do that.
Well, no, I've sold him. I've sold him my old an old resin printer. I sold him a Photon, the original, like the Photon SE,
2K.
right? The 2K. Then he wanted to do more, so I sold him my FL Sun Q5 that was in the corner. Then he wanted to go bigger, and I sold him the Ender 5 Plus. And because I knew I had some other ones coming, and I needed to make room, and I wish I hadn't.
Who's got the
that one.
grandkids screaming and yelling in the
I
background?
think it's Kenny, isn't it? Kenny?
See, you got somebody. You have a neighbor to recoup your money when you build too many printers.
Right.
You can dump them, and I got to find a neighbor like that.
So what he
I use
doesn't
all
realize-
mine though.
What he doesn't
Then I ended
realize
up-
is the guy that comes over to his house next week and he'll want his rat rig.
Yeah.
He ain't getting the rat rig. That's for sure. Not mine anyway.
You can get the CR6 and you can do a swap for the CR6. Swap it.
Well, I ended up with two Ender 6s. I'm not getting into that. But I ended up with two, so I sold him one, and he loves it. And I did a lot of mods to it. I put some linear rails on it and some different things. He's loving that one. And now he wants to print even bigger. and he's the one who bought the S5 from me. So I've got to finish that up and.
So
Well,
you've
gotta
actually
clean it
corrupted
up.
him for life, and his wife definitely
Pretty
wants
much, yeah. So his wife's working a job that's out of state, right? So she travels back and forth, and every time she comes home, and she's like,
What
"There's
did
a
you
new
buy
one.
now?"
There's a new one," and he's like, "Well, you weren't here, so I got this one for myself for Christmas. This one was for me for New Year's. This one was for me for Valentine's Day. This one was for Father's Day." And she's like,
"No, they breed. Once you got 2, they start to breed."
If you leave them, I say the same about telescopes. If you leave them long enough over the winter, unattended,
breed,
you end
They
up finding new
multiply.
ones there in the spring. Yeah.
Is all you
Let me
tell
talk-
him is
let me
all you
talk
tell
to-
him is honey that keeps me out of the bar and it's a lot cheaper.
Right.
We
Well,
talked-
it actually does. He's he's also another disabled vet, and he does have some degree of PTSD, and it
Great therapy.
It really is. It really is. And I've brought a few folks like that into 3D printing, and their significant others, their spouses, their families, whatever, have said, hey, this has been a great outlet for them. That it gives them something to focus on. It gives them a place to channel, whatever is going on in their mind, and it really does seem to help them. And so, anytime, I bump into someone or run across somebody that is like that, hey, if you tried 3D printing, it's amazing. You can make things, you can be productive out of it. It takes your focus off of whatever it is that your mind is doing
around
that
you
it
and straight
shouldn't
into the
do,
task.
and puts it on this into, and it's not just the printing, right? It's how is it starting? How's it going? How did it finish? It's the post-processing. It's the designing, right? If you want to get into Tinkercad
The rabbit hole has
and
been
Fusion
opened.
360.
All the software you got to
Exactly.
learn.
And anywhere that your mind wants to wander at that point
Lighting,
is
sound.
into productive places, right?
Hey, Kenny, how you doing? What's going on?
You're muted, Kenny. You're muted.
We can't hear you.
You're
Kenny, push the
muted.
button.
You're muted, Kenny.
There you
There
go.
you go.
I
There
was
you go.
muted because the grandkids are
We
screaming.
don't mind. We don't mind
background.
the grandkids' noise. It's good.
That's right. Not everybody gets
What's new
promoted
with
to
you? How you
grandpa.
doing?
No.
Doing all right. What the heck was I trying to print the other day? I printed it 5 times and quit for now. Figured I'd come back to it. And I kept failing. Oh, the battery holders I was working on.
Battery holders for what?
Like the battery dispenser kind of things?
It's AA and AAA holders
Oh, yep.
that I carry for my metal detectors.
Cool.
Nice.
But it got halfway through and then it was a bunch of spaghetti.
What did it come loose on the bed or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll hit it again. I'm not going to give up on it.
Maybe brim it up or something. Make it
Yeah.
stay.
I'll put it on a raft or something.
Yeah.
Mirror and hairspray, it'll never happen again.
Yeah,
I
a little
use
glue stick or
hairspray.
something. Hairspray. Before you go a raft, try glue or hairspray.
I've done rafts for years, and sometimes they're impossible to get
I
off.
heated up the
Yeah,
bed
the raft
and put
finish is
hairspray
bad.
on it, and I let it set for about 10-15 minutes, and then I started the print, and still didn't do it.
Wow.
Clean it down with IPA and maybe put extra.
Can't be 100% level if it's letting loose with hairspray.
Yeah, I was just gonna say go back and relevel.
Can't be.
check it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. But
Here's
I've been
my
I've been out digging in the dirt.
Oh, you got a lightsaber?
Hold on,
Oh, no,
Dixon.
torch.
Nice.
That's his laser. It's a laser light.
Yeah, I built this 9,000 or 10,000 looms.
Jeez.
Wow.
A guy
Wow.
already offered me a circuit board with the window. A guy already offered me. He wants to buy it, so I says, "Okay, no problems. 85 or $100." He said, "All
See,
right,
Liam,
let me know."
That's cheaper than your laser cutter. It does the same job for 9,000.
Hey, I
cheaper.
could use that for metal detecting at night.
Yeah,
It'll melt.
I
It'll
shot
melt the
the.
ground
Yeah,
in front of you.
you can't look at it or it'll burn your retina.
Yeah.
I shot it
Wow.
across the. I live by a baseball diamond. I shot it across into the woods, and there's a circle about that big around. You can see in all the trees in that football field.
There's now a large burn hole through the
Did you
stadium.
design that?
Right.
Yeah,
Did you design it?
yeah, I
Cool.
did. Yeah, I did. I did some chopping and cutting from a different piece like
nice.
this here, but the rest of it, yeah, I had to make it. And then the back comes off. There's two magnet, and then there's two screws right here to get that off to charge it. It'll last about 8 hours if you let it on.
Adafruit lightsaber design, isn't it? From Adafruit, looks like.
And then I got the cable in there, and the Allen wrench is right there for changing it.
Oh, look at that.
Nice. Do you have that available somewhere?
No, this is the first one I built, and we were down at work, and guys were saying, "Oh, you buy all these Chinese flashlights, none of them work." I says, "I'll make you a flashlight, and I guarantee you it'll work."
That's not a flashlight. That's
So
not a flashlight.
I brought this.
Oh, wait.
I brought this.
Wait, Kieran, say it for us. Say it for us. Now that's a flashlight.
That's not a flashlight. This
Yeah,
is a flashlight.
I had it stuffed in the back of my shirt like this. I said, "That's not a flashlight." I said,
Yeah.
"Here's a flashlight." So I go under this big machine and I'm repairing. I'm looking at a drive. So I turn it on, and this machine's got all these cracks. As all you do is see this light shining out of it. And I think, what the heck is going on there? I said, I got no problem seeing anymore.
I recognize where you got the files from.
Take care, Jocko.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it's
I
similar.
chopped it. Yeah, I chopped it off. I chopped pieces off, and I had to customize it. Yep. I got rid of that. I got rid of that middle piece because
section. Yep.
Yep. I got rid of that middle piece because I couldn't. I need to expand this to get the battery pack in there. And
Yep.
I got rid of the middle. I'm trying to shrink it down some more.
Would you print it out of
Recognize the
PLA?
fittings.
Yeah, this is just regular PLA, and I started using. I used that silky copper or whatever, and
The only thing bad about it being out of PLA, if you ever drop it, it's going to break.
yeah,
You want asbestos. Needs to make it from asbestos for that 900.
that's why these blocks. That's why these blocks support this piece because that's so weak right here. So I thought I'll put this window here and I'll put the magnet here, and it's very strong because I knew this was a weak spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need that, Dixon. So whenever you're gonna post it up, let us know. That's amazing. I mean, I'll buy it. You know, I'm not.
Oh no! The heat!
It'll let you know when it's going low.
Wow, look at that.
I like that. I need that. I want that.
Yeah, I could use that out metal detecting at night. It'll melt the blacktop.
This one is sold
It'll melt
already.
the
I had it
blacktop,
laying in my.
the hard
I had it.
top, the concrete.
I had it laying in my toolbox, and this one's sold already. I said to the guy, he says, "Well, I got to charge from $80 to $100." He says, "I don't care." He says, "Let me know when you're going to sell it."
How much would it cost the person if they had the files from you? How much would it cost them to build that?
I don't know about the printing, but the electronics. Put it this way: I'm going to double my money if I sell it for $85.
Okay, good.
So the electronics are like $40.
Hey, Scott Latine, how you doing?
What about just the model? Like if I want to make it myself, I give you $3.
The lightsaber parts are free from Adafruit. So
Yeah, Bert has a lot of
Yeah,
Delcas.
but this is already done up for the. No, I know, but this is already done up as the flashlight. And
it's only the little bit.
Yeah, there's lightsabers out there because I looked at a bunch and I started looking at what I want to do, and then I had to cut and chop and all of that.
No, I like that.
Why
It's
reinvent the
got a
wheel?
real it's got a nice steampunk kind of look to it with those colors.
I was looking at that too to put more like Mad Max stuff on it or something.
Barbed wire and all sorts.
Wow! Oh my God! Look at that!
quick! The wall's falling in. Look at that. The thing next door.
You're melting the prints behind you.
Yeah, I was looking at some electronics I'd like to do. If I do 100,000 watt looms, you got to be careful because you put a piece of paper in front of it. You got to have cooling fan. It'll burn it. So now when I take this down to work, you got to watch out because it's sort of
you need a permit for that.
Yeah, you can't look at it.
You should sell that design to NASA, and so we can use it for the search for aliens.
Yeah, there you go.
Liam,
wait, I found one.
Liam, looking at the stream, I think there's a few in the around here.
There's a few around here. All right, there is.
I'd love to put this on my drone up there and hang it right here and be able to swivel it and then go fly in our association, fly in their window and start shining this at them. They're gonna freak out.
You should change it to a blue-white light, not a pure white, but a blue-white light.
Yeah.
Then people will think it's aliens coming to their house.
Yeah.
Hey, Big Mike, how you doing?
Hey, Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Here's a
But
question for you.
how big do we really think Big Mike is, though? Because there's always that stereotype, right? So like,
he probably
big
weighs
people-
90 pounds.
Yeah,
because like big
110.
people, right? They come in,
Bringing
you're like, hey, Big Mike, Big Joe, Big Red, right?
Yeah.
And then little guys, you're like, hey, that's little Mike, little, right? And then why we do that is for
Question
whatever.
for you there, Jason.
What's that?
The question is there for you.
Oh, it is? Where? Which one?
Regarding the Prusa.
The one on the
versus
screen.
the printers.
When you get a chance. When you get a chance, can that's me, tech support guy.
Yep.
Elaborate on what has been experienced with the high dollar printers he has, and like the cheaper ones, pluses, minus ones. Well, like I was saying before, it really just depends on how much time and effort you put into something, and the quality of it when it starts. So, like the CR6 SE. It was fine out of the box. It prints. It has printed. It continues to print very well. My experience has been quite different than some
Other
others.
people.
Tripod.
No longer with us.
Exactly. Mine has not skipped a beat. Couple of nozzle blocks. That's
Yeah,
all.
and I would say that in comparison to now, I've just opened this Prusa Mark III, and I printed. I don't know. It's probably got 10 hours on it now. And it has printed as well as, if not equally, to the CR6 SE.
2 or 3 times the price.
Right. Now, like the Daedalus, I've had issues with it. Nothing that hasn't been fixable, but it's had some growing pains. And the rat rig, is built from scratch. So anything that's wrong with it is on me. So, as I'm putting it together, I've got to go back and tweak some things and, straighten some things or tighten some things, or if I've forgotten something. But I find them out through tuning and testing. So it takes a little bit longer to get that one kind of up and running. Or maybe I've wired or plugged in something wrong. The Ender 6, now it prints really well, but it had its challenges. The quality of the materials, especially the extrusions and the bed mount system, was not good. It was very similar to Joel's stream with his Ender 7, where the bed just was not, it was just tweaked. It really was. So what I ended up having to do, I put an easy ABL on it and having to put on some silicone bed mounts so that I could actually bring the bed itself to a level that could be trammed well, the best that it could, and let the mesh take care of the rest of it, because the frame, no matter how square I get it, the metal that came sucks. So it's just, rather than taking it out and trying to heat it up or buy new extrusions. So it just depends on what you get and where you start from. So my experience is that, like we've said before, any printer can print well. It just depends on where you start from and where you take it, and it can get great, and some printers just have limitations, just because that's the mechanics or the kinematics of it. But to whatever extent they can go, you can make them as great as they can be with the effort and time you put into them.
If you're good at tinkering, any printer is great for everybody. If you're not that good at tinkering and fixing things, Big Mike, if you're 75 years old, you just want to get into 3D printing, and I think I've seen you around for a long time now, I'd say buy a Prusa if you can afford it. That way you don't have to deal with years and years of headaches and problems, just buy something that works.
Yeah. Big Mike, if really at 75, not to diminish it, I'm getting close to that myself. Eventually I'll be there. Some
of us are closer than others.
Right, Jerry. I mean, so the Prusa,
well,
if you want a printer that comes out of the box ready to go, that Prusa Mark III the price difference. Don't get stuck on the price, right? You're going to go, oh, a Creality printer is half the price. Yes, it is. It's also half the product right out of the box. That one, the way you see it, is exactly how it came out of the box, except for the spool holder. I had to clip it on. There's no screws. You just clip it on and put your roll of filament on it. Done. You turn it on the first time and it says, welcome to your Prusa printer. Let's go through, push the button, and it'll check everything for you. And it
if
does.
you have a problem, they're there for you 24/7.
24/7.
Pretty much anything and everything you
Instant
want.
straight away.
And if they have to ship anything
Yes.
out, I got parts, a replacement part in 3 days
Yes.
from Russia.
Yes. The price is and if you're just looking at price, the price is different. If you consider all things considered in the end, you're getting everything you pay for when you buy that Prusa. You honestly do. You get the assembly. The assembly's done right. It's tested. You get documentation. You get support. You get help. You get features. It's all there, ready to go. That's as close to an inkjet printer out of the box as you can get with a 3D printer, I think.
I'm very mechanically inclined, and I can fix pretty much anything and everything. But when I turn 62, I'm going to spend the money, and I'm going to buy a nice truck. And sure, it's going to have all the electronics on it. Something might go bad. I'm just getting tired of fixing things. I don't want to fix things. I just want to drive it. So at some point in your life, you just want it to work, and you don't want to have to fix things. Even though you may know how, you're just tired of it. You want to get past that. So
all the other printers came such a long way from when they first came out.
Oh, don't even start. I mean, like when I started, my first printer was built from parts at Home Depot.
Yeah, that's
because there was nowhere else
I
to
showed
get
you
them.
guys my original ones 12, 13 years ago. It was threaded rod and bearings. That's all it was.
Yeah, and that was a sucky time.
I actually had them printing and making money.
What?
The kids are on the Kenny.
We missed that.
We didn't miss that.
We seen it.
My smart so-and-so son-in-law.
Hello.
Hello,
How you doing?
I have 4 Prusas. They're called King Runes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Big Mike saying he works at Home Depot. I do remember that now. Okay.
Or what's the other one? Not the moose. The
they sell
caribou. The caribou.
No, I have 4 King Runes, and I'll tell you what, they make money like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, any printer.
Anybody know about anybody familiar with a Dremel? Because he works at Home Depot and they have Dremels.
Yeah.
Now, what he's saying is
the Dremel printer.
Yeah.
Skip it.
Yeah.
Skip it.
Not compared to what's out there anymore.
Yeah. No.
Avoid it like COVID.
Yep.
Yeah. If you want something similar, then I would say at least go to the Creality. What's that? The CR200, that little enclosed cube thing they have, the 200B. I would say go with that. It's similar enough, but it's more of a 3D printer than the Dremel is.
Yeah, if Dremels were a great thing, we would all know about them, and they'd be readily available in the 3D printing world.
Yeah, Dremel is great
are fine
as a Dremel.
for the small cutting tools, and that's about it. That's what the
that's it.
Dremel.
Yeah.
I remember at Murph a few years ago, who was it that had a weird printer there? Was it DeWalt? I think it was DeWalt, and the bed went sideways, and the guy was trying to sell it, and he's like, they're only $2,500. Like, no. It looked like an Ender 3, but the bed went the other direction. They wanted $2,500 for it. No. But, of course, they're not around them. You don't ever hear of them because it didn't work. So
if they cost that much, you better be able to push a button and convert it to a planer.
Yeah, something.
That's funny. Yeah, no, anyone who's a lot. What you find is printers at work are generally companies who are doing big industrial 3D printers, and they downsize it to do a commercial site. Anybody who is going from normal utilities like Dremel and all these guys, they're just trying to jump on a bandwagon and make money out of it, but it's not where they came from.
It's not their priorities.
Yeah, it's not their priority, and they're not going to
sideline for trying to grab some extra cash. That's all.
Yep, they're not going to put the time and R&D into it to get a good machine out there that is functional. Whereas others who have gone from industrial size and downsize, they have the experience. They're just using different components to try and make a smaller box.
Thank you for the 2 thumbs downs. I really appreciate it. You're awesome, whoever did it.
Somebody's watching, Jerry.
See,
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's how you get thumbs down, though. You thank them for their thumbs down.
Yeah, when I talked about the live stream giveaway, I'm talking about all this cool stuff I'm going to give away. I got thumbs down. It's like, you're kidding me, right?
Well, to tell you what,
It's called a troll, and they mean absolutely nothing.
Not everybody has to like you, and not everybody likes me, and I'm fine with that. In fact, I strive for that.
Yeah,
you're doing a good job there too, Jason.
Thank you.
I thought the goal was that nobody likes me.
No, that makes me feel good. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a very sarcastic
Feel the love.
person.
Feel the
When
love.
I first started streaming, I clammed up, but as you find out from my streams more and more and more, I throw out little wisecracks, but that's just my nature. So,
hey Jerry, you'll find out there's miserable people out there in the world that are not happy until somebody else is miserable with them.
yeah.
Misery loves company.
And they're
Misery
all on
loves
Jerry's
company.
stream now.
I used to arrest
Yeah.
them.
Oh,
I
it's
used to
here,
arrest
speak
them
for yourself.
people like that.
I am.
Yeah, they're Dremel owners. That's who they are.
The Dremel owners, that's a good one. Yeah, I agree. And we
Yeah.
always blame tripods. It's always
Blame it on
Yeah.
tripod.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Dremel owners.
now Flash
I'm going
forward
to get
makes
off of here,
Dremel.
guys. I'm going to go
But-
and play with the grandkids for a while.
All right.
Have
Hey,
fun,
Oh,
Kenny.
Kenny.
good. Yeah, do
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
something
thank
come
you.
in
good.
and say hi to you. I haven't been on for a while,
Yep.
so
Get
Make sure
off
you've got
here
lots
and
of
do
red
good
cordial
things.
and green Smarties for them to send them home
Thank
with.
you very much for coming, Kenny, and you have a wonderful day and have fun with your grandkids.
all right.
Yep.
You guys take care.
All right,
Cheers,
bye-bye.
Kenny.
Later.
Bye, Kenny.
Bye.
So this is Flashford makes Dremels. Do they?
What?
Flashford don't make Dremel.
Dremel makes Dremel.
Yeah, Dremel makes
They flash
Dremel.
forwards. This is
Well,
But
you know,
they
maybe
own Dremel.
FlashForge does, but they're only gonna. That's just probably because they have, you know, the means to do so. But they're gonna make whatever Dremel tells them they want.
Yeah.
So if Dremel says make me this garbage, they'll make them garbage.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Flashford are a really good
they'll do
brand.
that because it makes their printers look real good. That's
Well,
why.
yeah, Dremel's getting it made from somebody else.
Yeah,
That's
but Flash,
obvious.
Yeah,
Flashford makes fantastic printers. They're really
yeah,
high-end
they
printers.
do. Yeah.
Like, I don't think you can get a Flashford for under $2,000.
Mm-mm.
$2,500.
The small ones,
Well,
they do have the baby
maybe,
starters, but they
yeah, the
are.
little ones, yeah.
Yeah.
But like if
But
you
they're
want
still-
something,
Wow.
like I was looking at what was I looking at? The FlashForge 3 something.
And they're
FlashForge.
dearer than your Prusa still for that size.
Oh, they're bigger than the Prusa, and they were smaller. It was a little bit smaller than the Daedalus. And
Now,
I
when
ended
it
up
comes to
going
print
with- I like to
quality-
support, you know,
When
companies.
it comes to print quality, a cheap printer or an expensive printer can print exactly the same if you got it dialed in. So
yeah,
Yep.
just because it may never break down and it works great, that $300 printer can do
Yeah.
the same thing a $5,000
Yeah.
printer can do.
I
Yeah,
have four king runes that went through each 20 rolls each already, and for that flash forge I could buy 15 more of them.
hmm yeah.
Yeah.
How much have you fed through your CR6 now, Jason? How many kilos?
Oh, I would say at least.
Take care, H. Colorado. What's up, Dum Dum?
Wow, at least maybe 30 kilos through it.
Yep.
A
I've
lot.
run
Yeah.
through
Same with
6
John.
or 7
Yeah.
through mine, and again, you know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
does the job.
Yeah, the only problem that I've had with it that just showed up now. Well, so I did have to do a little bit to it when the bed mounting was horrible, right? So it's got those little plastic spacers, and it was all over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
place.
Oh, aluminium
when-
ones, yeah.
Right, and then when they added on the clips to hold the glass down, just made it worse because then it bent it across an uneven. So I just bought 11 machined aluminum. You know, first I tried to sand them down and got it pretty good, but then I found, you know, I just bought 11. I think it was 11 of those little mount spacers underneath. I bought 11 of them machined out of aluminum, put them in. They were all the same height. Boom, changed it over to a flex plate, and the bed is like damn near flat.
Yeah. At the moment,
yeah.
mine is flat east to west, but north to south, I think I'm point or 0.2 front to back, which is fine. But I've got
It's
some silicon
fine.
spaces.
Yeah, it's
Silicon
fine.
spaces coming in. I changed the space underneath the silicon. I've got a set of those coming.
Dum
Yeah.
Just
Dum,
to
that's
do that.
your-
But otherwise, it runs. It just turns
It's
it on.
good,
It
yeah.
runs.
Yeah,
I've
the
had
only
two-
printing problem that I've
A
had
couple of
with
nozzle
it.
blockages, which you normally get, which is standard. That's fine.
Really?
You know?
The only time that I've had, and this was recently, and I bought that GST 3D stuff that Jerry had mentioned, and so I got 20 rolls from them, and 10 of them were what I used on this silver kind of gray color,
Yeah.
and it's great. It's great filament. It's round. It's really good. I bought 10 rolls of black.
I'm glad it's printing good because I just ordered 10 more, like I mentioned.
Well, the black spools that I got, 8 of the 10, the filament was square.
Huh?
Shit.
It was square with some grooves in it, and I sent them some pictures of it and some videos, and they're replacing them, and they were wound. I didn't go on Facebook and badmouth them or anything, whatever. I'm just like, hey, things happen, right? Things happen.
Bad batch out of the extruder, yeah.
Right, yeah, something happened, and whoever was supposed to catch it didn't. That's not my problem. That's yours. But hey, this is what I got. Can you replace them? And they were like, yeah, absolutely. Send us some pictures, some videos, whatever. We'll take care of it. We'll send them right away, ASAP. So they did. I'm just waiting on them to show up. But so I think I've got a picture here. I can kind of show you.
Done. That's an Ender 3 V2 that has that problem. You need to put a.
Oh
Look at that.
shit!
Yes.
That is square. That is square. Sorry,
Wow.
that's square.
See, after that
I
came
might have said
out.
deformed.
after that came on the extruder,
What the hell? And I didn't notice it, and I just loaded one up into the CR6, and it started jamming, and I'm like, what the hell is going on now? I'm like, great, okay. I'm like, it's been printing great forever. Maybe it's just time, And then when I pulled the filament out, I looked at it, and I was like, well, what the hell is that? It can't feed. It can't feed through the damn thing, so it was jamming up. Yeah.
After
Now
the extruder, it runs on rollers after the extruder, and I'll bet you some of them rollers were set too tight and flattened it out.
Yeah.
That's what it did. And they didn't catch it.
You probably have an Ender 3 V2. I originally had that trouble. I put on an anti-backlash nut, and I was running a software program. So when you level the bed, when you turn the knobs, move it around, you got your paper. The Z on an Ender 3 V2 drops real easy when the.
No, he's having the opposite effect. It's moving up to move.
I know that. I have that same problem too. It's moving up too high, and that's what was causing it. I put on an anti-backlash nut, and when I was running the software program, which I had, I don't think I still have it. It was on my Facebook group. The stepper is running. Basically, the printer moves around and it probes the bed, and it sits there and it waits for you to take a paper and level that corner, and then it moves to the next spot, then the next spot. Because when you home it with the steppers unlocked, the Z is dropping down. I can't really explain it, but everybody with an Ender 3 V2 has had the same problem. And you probably have an Ender 3 V2. You say Ender 3, but I bet it's a V2.
No, he's having the opposite effect, Jerry. He's just staying up in the air. It's not falling at all.
I know. Once he goes to print, it's doing his prime line, and then it goes to print, and it's up too high, like a quarter of an inch off the bed. That's why it's his leveling issue.
Well, he says Ender 3 Pro V1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ender 2 Pro V1.
Because he originally said Ender 2 Pro, but then he came back and said I meant Ender 3.
Yeah,
so
Ender 3
Pro V1.
Yeah.
So, that just happened after doing the direct drive?
I think it's his G code. He's starting G code.
But
could have too much slop in that brass fitting.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's really not. I mean, just changing from Bowden to direct drive shouldn't have broke that.
Depends on his offsets.
But the nozzle stays in the same place pretty much.
It does. I don't know. I haven't done the direct
because
drive.
the hot end. Well, I guess it depends on the mount system. So if he's using, using the original mount, then the hot end would have stayed in the same place. But yeah, you're right. If he would have changed the whole mounting like a micro Swiss.
Yeah.
But I don't. It shouldn't be because of the weight of the micro Swiss. No.
Yeah, I think it's a bed leveling. That, like I say, when the steppers are unlocked, when you buy the printer out of the box, you don't have it turned on. That Z gantry just goes zoop, and it moves that easy. Where regular most printers don't do that. They're fairly stiff enough. Their own weight don't just drop them.
Yeah, like the Ender 5.
Yeah. The Ender 5. Oh yeah, the Ender 5. Yeah.
The original one. Yeah, I think they ended up changing the lead screw on it to different step level, but originally that thing would just fall from like.
Mine
like that. I used it to my advantage because I have auto shut off on the bottom of it. So
and
it comes down and hits the switch and shuts it off.
Nice.
Then that's what I got on all my machines. And that one I figure, I'll put it down on the bottom because it slowly comes down anyway.
Let it run down.
Yeah, and that's the switch.
Nice.
Oh, because the models move forward, it doesn't care because it's not going to land on the model. Yeah.
Take your cell phone, make a quick little video, and post it online. Would be the best thing I could suggest.
Yeah.
Make a quick little video showing the problem, or a couple little videos. Post it on my group or in multiple different groups, or a group for that particular printer, and then ask the question would be best.
The only thing I can think of is if it is drifting down, then that could be it. But the other thing is if the position of the mounting is off, then his offsets would need to be adjusted to bring the head back down. Or
is the whole hot end assembly, is it shorter than a Creality?
Yeah,
it should be in a clone, right? It looks the same as just all metal.
If it does the purge line correct,
yeah,
it lifts up. Maybe he's got it in
his setup. You're right. In this
G-code, the G-code.
He would change his starting
G-code.
And he's in relative mode rather than in
volumetric. But you should be in relative, not volumetric for direct drive.
Yeah, maybe he's not in relative mode. So
my Ender 3 Pros all work fine. The only one I ever had trouble with was the Ender 3 V2.
Yeah, maybe he's not in relative mode, and when it moves up, it doesn't know what to do with it. It
re-zeroes itself, and it's
off. It re-zeroes because it's not in relative mode.
Because the purge line is not the same as your starting point. It does that.
You just got to change his start G code. That would solve that.
Yeah, that's what it could be.
All you got to do.
So.
Yeah.
You check the start G code in a slicer.
That's the easier way to do it. Yeah.
And he doesn't know how to do that probably, and that's why he's asking with this.
But if he goes on the groups and posts the details out there and posts his start G code, we could look at it and we could see it.
Yeah.
Tell him to send it to my house.
Navari is lurking. Trevor, why don't you drop in? You have time if you're not too busy.
Back in a second.
All right.
Yeah. So go.
Bathroom calls.
Go to Jerry's 3D printing and painting group. Go post it out there, and post a video of what's happening.
A little video.
And post in your start G code, and we can have a look at what's going on.
Yeah.
The start G code is what MicroSwiss suggested.
Yeah, I don't care. Post your start G code, and we can look at it.
Yeah.
Because if it's not put in relative mode, it should know where start point was. No matter how much it moved up, it should return back to that. And if it's in relative mode, it'll know that. If it's not in relative mode, it'll be from where it is, and it'll start printing in thin air.
You can post on Liam has a group too. What's it called? 3D Help Desk?
3D Help Desk or 3D Printing Addicts.
And this guy here can come help you when you post there.
I knew that was coming.
Well, they got me all figured out.
Dixon, I did a laser burn. I set up a new laser this morning.
Sure. Okay, that's the Norton system, right? Or you painted it white, right?
No, that's laser burned straight on wood.
Yeah, but you can take a laser and you use Norton's system and you just paint it white and it'll burn just beautiful.
Yeah, but that's just on a piece of ply.
With white, with white, sure, yep.
But that's the Artur diode laser, the new one.
Yeah, there's a company out there that charges like $250. I can't remember the name of it. I should have wrote it down. And they're swearing by it, and it burns like awesome.
Hey, Liam, private chat.
Lasers.
It's the highest watt laser. I used to own a ZYLTECH, and them were 750, and they will do some heavy duty burning. But this company, it almost looks like the same type of laser that they're making them in China, and it's only $250, and they claim it is just outstanding.
I burned on painted tile, and it looks really nice. But I posted that video in private chat, Liam, where the guy has ZYLTECH Laser Master 2, and he was printing on a painted tile. He painted it white. Once he got done burning a moon, he took acetone and wiped off all that excess paint just to leave the burnt moon. Now, on the tiles I painted, I just burned them and they were done. I clear coated them. I didn't try to remove any excess paint.
Yeah.
But I painted it multiple colors.
You paint this white, you laser burn it, and you wipe it with just a dry paper towel, and it pops that black. All of a sudden,
this guy was using acetone to completely move the excess. But I just clear coated and left them. But there's a link, Liam, to the guy that built that printer.
I have it. I put it into my browser.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I have a cheap little Chinese laser, and them wooden units up there, they just came out awesome.
Yeah, ever since they changed things 6 months ago, I say that all the time.
Yeah, we all have our issues with Facebook. Did you see, to go a tiny little bit on the nerdy side, but funny, that people are signing. Over 45,000 people have signed a petition that when Jeff Bezos goes up in Blue Origin, he's
That
going
he
to
can't come back.
They don't want him to come back.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
There's only one thing they don't understand. He's not going orbital. He's only going up to just to the Kármán line and coming back again.
Well, they've
Right.
already said that they're going to go far enough to make him
Weightless.
legitimately an astronaut.
Yeah, that's the Kármán line. That's when
Is that what it is?
Yeah, if you reach the Kármán line, the Kármán line is a position that when you reach that point, the sky is no longer blue; it's black.
Right,
So you
right.
see space.
One of the channels on
It's not
YouTube
the sky, then it's space.
the other day when the astronauts were working on whatever they were working on,
Yeah,
one of the channels on YouTube had blue and pink stars. I'm thinking, what the hell is this? That's all black. So at what angle did they film it? They showed all the stars around them because I had a close-up on them working. So they must have thrown that in after the fact.
If they're in the nighttime side of the planet, then there is no sunlight shining on the ISS, and then you will see this. You might see the stars in the background. In
Okay.
the daytime, you will not because the camera's iris will close
Okay.
so much.
Because typically,
Your too low.
I know I've seen a video on that. Typically, you see nothing, but on this one, I'm seeing everything twinkle. It's like, where the hell did that come from?
Well, yeah, it's because if you're on a nighttime side, the iris of the camera has to open up wide, and then you'll gather more light and let it work. But on a daytime side, the f-stop comes way down on the camera.
Awesome.
So that's why.
Good job, yo.
Congrats.
Nice, good job.
Is everything settled down over there? Is everybody nice and peaceful at the moment, I hope? Yoav?
Mm.
Okay.
All right. Well, I hope it
Good
starts
night,
feeling better.
Matt. Sleepyhead.
Yeah, it's 3:55 here, so it's what, like 1 o'clock in the morning in the UK?
It's 12:30. No, it's midnight, isn't it?
Wait, is he in Germany or UK?
He's in the UK.
Oh,
Yeah, it's midnight there.
yeah. It's 3:55 plus 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, 11:55. 8, right? Plus 8? Yeah, plus
Yeah.
8.
So I'm happy with that new laser. Now I'm going to spend some time playing with it.
Yeah,
Like
they're
I
a lot
want
of
to
fun.
get. I've been looking at that Ortu Master or the Master 2 for a while, and
The Pro is nicer.
I
The
look
Pro
at
is
so many
nice.
things, like like Sam did that Maker Made stream recently, and they went through their kind of products and where they've got that wall mounted CNC,
Oh,
right?
the one that does the 8x4 sheets. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, and I'm like, I put that in the cart and I didn't check out. I put a Master 2, Laser Master 2 in the cart and didn't check out. I put what's that laser one that's like, it's like enclosed with the whole thing.
The CO2 lasers.
No, it's like I think it's still a diode laser, but it just kind of sits on your tabletop.
Yep,
and it's
that
got
little
the camera.
tabletop. You know, it's got the little orange windows.
What's
It's all
the name?
enclosed.
What's the name of it?
Oh no, you're thinking of the big expensive one. That's $2,000, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, the Maker Forge or no, it's
Something like that.
what are they called? The really expensive ones that they got the cameras in there and everything.
Mark Forge or Laser
No,
Forge or
no,
something.
Joel was over there at their office recently.
Dang
Joel,
it! What's it called? Now I gotta Google it.
Yeah.
Did somebody put it in chat? Anybody know? Let's see. Desk
When I bought mine, they didn't have them Orchers yet. I just got, like a knockoff one, and it works great.
Yeah.
laser
The R2 is a
engraver.
great machine. I'm really happy with that one.
Glow Forge.
Glowforge,
Forge. I've looked at that, and all these things. I want them,
The
and then
Glowforge
I
is
just
CO2
want
laser.
them. I
It's
want
like
them.
3,000
But what
to
the hell am I
5,000.
gonna do with it? It's not the price.
You got
I
to be
want
careful. You got to be
You would have
careful
to want to
with that one.
make stuff and sell it. If you just want to tinker with it, I think that's too much money.
That's
But if
why
you
I don't
can
buy
afford
them.
it, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that one because I looked at some reviews and they take that Glow Forge for one thing. For the money, you can get a great big 80 watt. I forgot the name of the company. But that Glow Forge, they did reviews and they do a circle and it wouldn't meet up with the end of the circle. It was off a little. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You can't get a perfect circle with them. And I thought, oh, I don't know. There's got to be something going on.
Well, my K40 gives me perfect circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, K40. Yep.
And the lasers, the diode lasers like this thing, I get great dimensional accuracy with them.
See, the thing, like, I don't want to run a business. I don't want to run a YouTube channel. I don't want to run anything. I just want to have fun making stuff, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm happy doing.
Then you want to go with a K40 because
he should get a $500 K40. You'd have a blast with that. Once you get it set up, you can cut. Mine's a real old one. They didn't have K40s back when I built mine. I just got the unit and the mirrors, and I put Gerbil for running it, and I just use it for cutting because it won't do pulse width modulation. It just cuts.
Yeah, no, these are the K40s are with the Gerbil board. It is you get pulse width modulation.
So it's just an engraver, or will it cut too?
It will do engraving and it will do cutting up to a certain amount. Now you can get the K40, which is a smaller one. You can get a 50 watt. You can get an 80 watt. You can get 100. You can get 150 watt. Now,
what do you need to do to cut acrylic?
Depending on the thickness, you could do most acrylics with the thinner, like acrylic by about, let's say,
the acrylic expert is in chat. And
I would say like at max would be like a 3 mil acrylic.
Oh, easy, easy.
Yeah,
I do 8 inch.
Emilio Witt from Germany. Hello, I know you're watching right now. You're in bed in Germany. Hello, how you doing? He's a designer that's been hanging out on Facebook forever, and he's a maker, and he's into collecting anything Superman. So, hello, Emilio. He tried to just drop in, but he couldn't. His camera and mic aren't working, but I want to say hi to him.
Hello, Emilio. Okay, so if I wanted to cut, let's say, up to a 3 mil acrylic clear.
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
K40, no problem.
Is that a 40 watt, a 50 watt?
40 watt. And
40.
A K40 will do the size of a sheet of paper. So if you're not, as long as it's not
7,
you're good.
7 by 11. But what I did I don't have a K40. I got identical machines, but they didn't have the good electronics like they have now. That's why I had to put my own in, and I don't do pulse width modulation. But if you get a K40, you'll be able to do 7 by 11. What you do is that exhaust port, you cut that off. That's what I did. That'll give you another 4 or 5 inches up.
I did that.
Yep, okay. And you can set it up, and then I put one of them scissors jacks you buy on Amazon, and that's what I use for my height, up and down with the height.
Did you mount your electronics outside of it? You removed that side box?
No, I ripped it. I kept the electronics in there that gives you the 2,000 volts to activate the laser, and then I put a little Arduino board in it. That's what I did.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, I bought mine like 25, 30 years ago, and I just wanted it because I knew the Chinese crap. Now they got real good power supplies on them. If you pay a little more, they got that Rudy board. Well, then you can use light burn in your set.
Trevor from Navari, when my wife comes back, hopefully if she brings it back, I'm getting a rotary for mine, and I'm gonna have to cut the bottom out. That way I can set the rotary down in there, and then I can just hook it up on either the Y or the Z axis. You plug it in. I forget which one it is, but yeah, I need to cut the bottom out of it.
Y axis, by the way.
That way. And then if you want to run thicker material, if you take the bottom out of it, then you can put a scissor jack in there and jack your whatever material up and down to the correct height that you need.
So I Google this, right, K40 laser, and what comes up mostly is an OM Tech.
Go with them. They're great. They're in California, and you get a year's warranty with everything.
Okay, because they're like on Amazon.
If you buy it from Amazon.
He tried to take a video of it, now it's fixed.
That's what he was doing wrong all the while.
Right, you're welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Oh, by the way, look, if you buy it on Amazon or if you buy it in a lot of other places, there's or in eBay, you don't get any real warranty with it. If you get it from OM Tech, they'll deliver it working. It'll be functional. Now you do have to add a water pump. You do have to add a water reservoir there because you have to pump water through the tube, through the laser tube.
Air assist.
And then air assist if you're doing cutting. Yes, you do air assist if you're going to do cutting, but they're not hard to add, and most that comes in the box from them. So you pay a little bit more, but you get a warranty with them.
On Tech laser out of California, I had it in 3 days.
Yeah, they're great.
Okay,
This
so this
rotary
says add
tool-
on a 9-liter industrial water cooling system for $139.
Don't go do that. You just get a
5-gallon pail.
yeah. You just turn around. You get a big pail of water, and you use a fish tank pump.
Yeah.
Water
And then you freeze milk jugs, and then I dump it in there, and you're good to go all day.
2-liter bottles if you need to.
Yeah, I got 2
bottles.
bottles that freeze with water. If I'm going to do a bunch of burning, I'll put one in. If I'm going to make 1 or 2 little things, I don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You can go to the store and buy distilled water, and where they sell baby food stuff, they sell distilled water in gallon jugs.
Right.
You get them in 2 gallons. Yeah, the big ones. Yeah.
That rotary tool is only like $20 on Amazon.
But Jason, if you have the money, Jason can afford it. I wouldn't buy a K40. I'd go up to something that costs you $1,000 to $1,500, get a really nice, bigger setup because he can afford it. Us cheap people have to buy a K40 and do all these upgrades. I'd spend more money and buy something better.
Well,
It's not about that. It's like, I mean,
you can get an 80 watt, which is bigger, for a little bit more at OMTech, and
this does what I would more than what I would. An 8x12 work area is perfect for what anything that I would probably want to use it for, and I think that's fine. I mean, I don't, just because you can do something. I mean, you have to, but
join a few groups on Facebook.
And what if I don't like it? I don't want to. I don't want to be triple invested in something that I use once and then just let it rot in the garage.
For a third of the cost, you can sell it to me, and I'll come pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 3 times.
If you need to raise and lower your table, you just print jacks like I did, 3D printed jacks.
Nice.
And you can click it to the height you need.
This is all in a box. This is fully enclosed.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Jason, join some Facebook groups, read posts, get ideas like with printer.
No, I mean I know about all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering. It's not like I'm going to buy it today. I just
If I had the
ticket, $5K. That's the ticket if you want to buy a smaller laser. And I'll tell you what, that's going to run better than that one we were just talking about. That $3,000.
Oh, the Glowforge.
Yeah, the Glowforge are anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000. If I had
the Glowforge has those bells and whistles, right? So it's got the camera and it's got all those different things that go with it, and that's cool. And I think like sometimes maybe those bells and whistles is something I would use more often, but I also know that those same bells and whistles that are built in are also in third-party software. So
you got to have internet. It's got to be connected to the cloud, et cetera, on Glowforge.
I would never buy anything that has to be connected to the cloud like that. Not in 1,000 years.
No, I don't need the cloud connection. Yeah. So, Yoav, to answer your question, if you want to just do like decorated patterns on something, a diode laser is all you need. You don't need a CO2.
Right. No, I'm not.
Yeah,
cutting.
no, but I'm answering. Yoav said, and if you want to explore CNC, you can get a desktop CNC and explore and learn.
I've looked at I've had a small little like those little Sane Smart one, not like a 3018 kind of. I had one of those for a while.
I have one.
And I bought it secondhand, and it wasn't. I paid like $20 for it.
I should have bought an Oture before I bought the K40, but I bought the K40 thinking I won't be happy with the Oture. I'll want something else better, so I bought something else better. Bought all these things to go with it. That's really cool. But for most of the stuff I do, I would have been happy with Oture, and I probably should have started with an Oture. That way you can dabble in it.
There's a big
this is a diode laser is excellent for right here.
Yeah, like this. Look at this.
That's excellent image there, and that was done with that cheap diode laser I have that I bought before they came out with that Otura.
And that one is the same.
Yeah, see, I don't know that I'm really into engraving that kind of stuff. I think that I would use it more for cutting out little pieces of things.
Yep, that's why you should have
covers
a K40
for things, and that maybe because I think the Or2 Master 2 is like what, under $200.
400.
Yeah, if you want to do a lot of cutting little things out, then you wouldn't want an Oture.
Yeah.
Okay, then
It can cut some thin stuff, but you want some little more balls to cut bigger.
Yeah.
There we go. We're talking balls.
Well,
again.
I mean, I've got big balls, but I mean,
I got a card for that. Let me find it.
You got to remember too. You got to remember too. Light burn light burn is for the big lasers and that. You can get it for the small ones,
Sure.
but it's for the big ones. It's like taking real neat tires and putting them on a Chevy Chevette, instead of a Cadillac. So these small lasers here, you can use laser Gerbil. It's totally
My
free.
mother-in-law got me that.
The guy wrote laser Gerbil, and it works awesome. I do all my engravings with it.
Yeah,
And
Remember
cutting.
when we
you
were
can,
young, a friend of
and I
mine, he
used to
had a
have
Chevette.
a GRBL
We used to go
board.
out and he'd tell all the girls he drives a vet.
Chevette.
Well, you know what?
I
You know what?
I'd be like, yeah, Chevette.
You know what a Corvette is? That's a Chevette with lock washers.
Right?
Well, the if I buy, I will need CNC engrave and cut. Well, okay, if you want to explore just engraving, like etching, like this stuff, then
Right.
a diode laser is great. And your diode laser will cut 3mm ply and stuff like this, right?
Mhm.
If you want to go anything deeper, you need a CO2 laser,
Mhm.
and then it'll be based on the size area you want to cut. So the bigger the
Yeah.
area you want to cut, the more
The bigger,
the
right?
bigger
Well,
the
of
laser
course,
you are.
like anything else.
There's a big
yeah.
difference as well. Diode lasers operate a lot slower than a CO2 laser. A CO2 laser,
Yes.
because of the amount of output, it
Right,
will
right,
complete the task way faster because
Yes.
the head can move way
Right.
faster.
Well,
to
see,
get a
that's
job.
the thing. I'm not interested in production, right? So it
I know,
would
but
be
still.
case by case. So, but no, I see what you're saying.
But if you,
And I
if
think
you want to,
even
if
if
you
I
want to take a
did want to
photograph,
engrave,
yeah, but if
I
you want
think
to
the
take a
most that
photograph,
I would go ahead.
I was going to say, if you want to take a photograph, like a really nice image, a
Uh-huh.
photograph like of an anniversary or a wedding, you
Right,
want
right.
to burn it into wood, a diode laser will do it, but it'll be slow. But
Yeah.
if you want to do it in a CO2 laser, yeah, that'll rip through in no time at all. Right?
Yeah, this takes on a diode. I just let it run and walk away. This takes like 4 hours.
Yeah. and
Well,
then- okay.
on a 440K laser, you can do that in like maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah,
You
but
shouldn't
I
walk
wouldn't
away
want
from the
to.
laser in case you ever have a
Don't ever
problem.
walk away from
Yeah,
it.
I don't need to do it.
I know you don't.
No, you know what I mean. I'm in the shop, but I'm doing other
Yeah, if
things.
you're
I just
nearby,
yeah.
run.
you can keep an eye
Okay.
on it, fine. But
Well,
never leave laser
I know, but
unattended.
by making that comment, people that don't know any better.
Yeah,
might say,
you're right.
Well, Dixon said just walk away; it'll be fine. But
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
Well, I mean,
See, if
in all truth, you shouldn't walk away from any machine that's
Right,
operating
look
in your
at my
house.
laser.
You know.
There, I got a black hood on my laser, so it's right down on the image. So
Mhm.
if something would happen, it would hit the hood.
Yeah, well, the new
Yeah.
the new R2 actually has a fire sensor on it. That if the head is printing and it creates a fire, it will actually kill the laser. Or if the head
Nice.
is printing, if the head is on, and but the head's not moving, the x-axis is not moving, or the y is not moving, after a certain amount of time, it'll sense this and it will kill the laser as a safety feature.
Nice.
Yeah, I should have
And
said
it
it
has a
that
chip
way.
maker.
I should have said it that way. I got the laser running, and then I'll go right 3 feet away and
Yeah.
do some 3D printing. And you're right. You don't let it.
It's within eyesight, so you know what's going on.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
it's
I'm
more
always.
safe. Yeah,
there.
but it also has a tilt and gyroscopes in it that if you tilt it while it's running, it will power itself off. It will kill the laser.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. Mount a tiny mercury switch on it. That if that laser little unit on them cheap lasers would tip or something, that it would shut off.
Yeah, the R2 has it built in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all of those features I just mentioned are all built into the new one now.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Now, Liam, if I wanted to take this K40 and do something with engraving it, and I would anticipate, the most of things that I would engrave would be like little things for my daughter, right?
Okay.
So maybe engraving on a piece of paper, or maybe at the most a piece of leather, or maybe a piece of plastic or something, whatever.
Yep.
Even I think the most extreme would be like maybe engraving her name on something made of metal, maybe like a bracelet
Okay,
or
you
something.
can
At mo-
engrave on metal with a
So not
CO2
metal.
laser. But what you can do is if you have
Okay.
metal like that's anodized, or let's say like
Yeah.
a Coke can.
Yeah. Something
you can
anodized
burn
like
this
that.
off, and you show the metal underneath. That's anodized.
It'll just
okay?
burn the anodized off.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can
so
do
yeah.
that.
And if you want to burn a tool or a wrench, put mustard on it, and I hear it works fairly well. Put mustard on it, and then burn through the mustard. And
It
it will
actually leaves a black mark. Yeah, it stains the metals.
It stains it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then they make stuff for that, right? Too, like you can.
There is. Yeah.
It on there or whatever, and then it burns the black ink into the. Okay.
It's not
So
an ink,
that would be that would really be the I think the extent of etching
But
would be just me doing.
You didn't ask me what type of mustard.
So.
I don't know. I've never used the mustard
Poupon.
trick. I know there's a spray on you can get. There's two types.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
I
and
want
it does the
spray on
same
mustard,
effect.
because then I don't have to spread it. They have spray on mustard.
I don't know.
I want that.
Mustard in a can.
I like the spray cheese. So the spray
But
mustard must be great.
That's not cheese. That's definitely not cheese. God knows what they actually make it from.
Shut
but it
up,
ain't
Kieran. It's cheese.
Yeah, there's a stuff.
Do you know what kind of laser they have at your makerspace, Dum Dum?
Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I'm sorry.
Dum Dum, yeah, no, the other Dum
No,
Dum.
he's saying
He said they break
calling
constantly.
dum-dum. He's not calling you a dum dum.
Yeah.
Here's the little diode. Oh, it's hard to see the reflection. Here's the little diode one
Oh,
on a metal
sorry.
card, and this is the 40K one.
Oh
See the
yeah!
difference?
Wow, look at that. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
And this is not. This didn't go back and forth because my
One
cutting
pass.
laser, I just vectorized it and it traced it.
Oh, and just trace it.
Yeah,
And
it
that was
didn't
on
go back and
that
forth.
was on a CO2 or the 40K.
This was
40K.
the CO2 is the 4K. 40K and CO2 laser is the same one. This was
is a
vectorized
CO2?
and just traced it. Because I can't do pulse width modulation on my 40K because it's so old. But this is the little. It's
So
tough
wait,
to see.
this is a CO2 laser then? This isn't
No,
a diode
Yeah,
laser?
this one here is that cheap little Ortura. Like I got a knockoff. That's what this is on metal.
Oh,
and
okay.
this is a
CO2
40
laser.
watt. This is a 40
Gotcha.
watt one. There's the difference.
That's a 40 watt. Okay, that's what I'm looking at here. That's
Yes.
what this 40. Is that what it
Well,
is?
Yep,
4K, 40K.
4K. Yep, they call them 40K.
Okay.
4K.
Yeah.
I
40
bought
watt
mine. I
CO2
bought mine
laser
in 20.
tube.
I bought mine 30 years ago, and there was no such
Okay.
thing.
They're called
Okay.
a K40, not a 40K.
K40.
Yes,
That's
yes.
okay.
K40.
Okay.
Yep.
K40, and yeah, it says 40 watt CO2 laser tube. I was seeing, and we were talking so much, I was thinking it was a diode laser.
No,
okay.
No, a K40
Oh, so
is a
this-
CO2 laser.
So
and
this K40 would etch something like that. That's nice.
it,
Okay.
it will remove the anodization.
It'll remove
of
the anodized. Okay,
Here-
I got you.
well,
Not really cut into.
Me
the
and
metal.
Liam have this one here that's blue and whatever color the damn
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Blue
that's
and
what I'm
gray.
looking at.
Here's
Yes.
what I think you would buy: It's something bigger and badder ass like this.
But I don't need that though.
He's
Right,
already
you
bought
want-
stuff, so the
You
K40
say
This
that
is-
now, Jason.
This is the one that I have right here that came from California. Pack perfect, great warranty.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm looking at right now. That's what I have pulled up.
Can you
Right
see my
now.
mouse?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, what a lot of people do is to make this bigger, they will remove all the electronics and they put them on the outside. They open the whole thing up, but then again, you have to change your X and your Z.
That rail.
Your
Yeah.
Z and your Y, you change it, you can make it full size.
You
And if
only
you wanna-
change your y-axis. Or your x-axis is what you change.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then
To a longer rail.
in the face of mine, I put a gauge in it so I can see my amps too. I
Your
mounted a gauge.
milliamp. Yep. Your analog gauge.
And then
you
I put a
in.
Gerbil board in. I took the board out that was in it. Liam didn't. I put a Gerbil board in mine.
Yeah.
Is there
use
anything
K40
wrong with
Whisper.
it the way that it comes? I mean, is
No.
that something you
The
need
way
to
it
do?
comes works great. What I
Okay.
do is you can run it off a computer, but I am using you can use K40 Whisper to communicate with it.
Okay.
What I use, the software comes with it, but ignore the software that comes with it, right? K40 Whisper is great. Then what I've done is I got the K40 Whisper, the Linux version, and installed on a Raspberry Pi. So I upload my image to the K40, then go to the K40 from my tablet, remote desktop into it, select the file and hit run, and it just burns it. It just does it for me. And
Lightburn is, I think Lightburn is the greatest laser software in the world,
It
but
is,
you have to have a Gerbil board in that in order to run it. And then I have a USB cable that's like 20 feet long. I plug it into my computer. I put a camera on it that I mounted. So when the lid's up, it looks at it. If I want to line up an image with the camera, I can. With the lid closed, you can monitor it, but I usually just keep an eye on it from here. You don't have to wear goggles around it, but I always wear glasses anywhere around the machine. Even with the lid shut, why not be extra safe? So I always wear my glasses.
So cost-wise versus like getting a Pi 3B or 4 or whatever versus a Gerbil board, is it comparable?
Gerbil board's about $70. Is that right, Jerry?
I'm thinking something like that. But if you get it, you buy the software, it's like another $50. I probably have 300 upgrades, and then I bought an air pump for it. I printed out the bracket to put on the end for the air assist. Bought some tube, ran it through the chain that's already on there.
Like I don't want to do a whole lot to it. I just really want it to work. But I do like ease of use stuff. So if I'm going to add in a Pi anyway, it seems to me like just as much time invested into just changing the board. Is it if I just put a Gerbil board in it? Is there firmware that just loads right to it?
Yeah, the Lightburn software sees it and works great. It costs $50 to buy it.
40
Okay.
now. We dropped the price of
$40 now. Okay,
Yeah,
so
40, okay.
so if you spend
You're
about
basically-
$150 plus a 5-gallon bucket that I already have, and
Yeah,
some
you're
frozen
basically
water,
getting
I'm
a
good.
Chinese laser and ripping their software out. It's junk.
I'm using
That's
their
basically what
pump
you're
that
doing.
came with it. The fan that's mounted on the back doesn't blow that much air, suck that much out. I added one from Lowe's in the line, but it still doesn't open up the flappers on the outside of that room right there when I enclose that wall. So I need to buy something bigger because I get a lot of dust on my laser tube. It's caked in dust. And
Oh, you have it going out like a dryer vent kind of thing?
yeah.
Okay.
That's all you need is a 4-inch dryer vent.
My patio, if you ever seen my patio, my videos, it used to be outside right next to me. I put up a wall, I
enclosed
put a
it though,
table in
right?
there. Yeah, I enclosed it and I just put a hole in the wall and put a dryer vent on it with the plastic flaps. And I burned something a few days ago and there wasn't enough pressure to blow those plastic vents open. So I propped one open. So I need to buy something better to suck that air out better.
Well, see,
Or put the fan on the other side.
See, what I've done
Put a
is
bigger
mine
fan
is slightly
inside.
different. I have I'm in the basement, but I have windows in my basement because the back of my house is lower than the front.
Uh-huh.
So my CO2 laser is set up, and I have the dryer vent fan with an inline assistant. But I open a window. I made a board. Put
and let it go out.
A hole in it, yeah.
I put a
Nice
hole
hole.
in it, but I also put the treatment around of what the draft
Sealant.
diffusion pads
Yeah,
Right,
all the way around it. So I put it into the window, close the window down, and then run it because it blows everything out the window. And when I'm done, pop the window, take in the board again, and close it. And
if you have an Otura set up on the counter in your garage, you can just take a regular fan, put it right over there, and let it blow at it, and let it blow it out your garage door.
Yeah.
And
it's in the garage, you don't need to worry about it.
And
I have
then
a
I
bathroom.
would keep it
I
in
have
the
a
garage. That's not something I would bring inside. Yeah.
I have a bathroom fan that I set right next to it with a hose, and it sucks all from the diode one. It sucks all the smoke right out. The same
and that would
vent as
work like an air assist.
big laser.
Having a fan blow on it would work like an air assist, so the wood would never flare up on you because it's being blown out.
Yeah, well, there's two reasons for the air assist if you want to do cutting. One is to blow out fires because it's forcing high pressure air, so it puts out fires. And secondly, it actually all the burnt out swarf that's left in there because the diode is burning. So as it burns, the air assist blows that out. So you're not trying to laser burn already charred material. You're actually just burning the next layer below it.
Okay.
We're waiting for you, Llama, to drop in and babble with us.
Does the smoke, like any of the smoke, does that interfere with like the laser beam too?
That's why you have good extraction fans that suck it out of there. So
Kind of pull it all out.
If you don't, if you there's the mirror that it's reflecting off of, the smoke and stuff will build up on it, eventually leave a film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I agree with you. I don't sit 3 days and watch my printers either. But there's always that risk reward, and then there's always the how much do you trust it. So
on the top of my K40, I bought a little temperature sensor, which I don't use, but it's got a wheel in it, like a water wheel.
Mm-hmm.
So the two hoses go in it. You can make sure it's running. But otherwise, I got to get on the floor, open the bucket. I got to feel to see if the bucket's vibrating. But you want to make sure water.
You just got a little flow wheel. You can make sure it's turning.
Yeah, I'm on Amazon.
See it.
What I do.
Water cooling wheel for water cooling your CPU.
Yeah, I've got a few of them.
Before I fire it up, I open up the back, and you can look at your tube. And if you see the air bubbles in it, I'll lift up the K40 on one side so the air bubbles.
Cheers, Mr. and Mrs. Diesel.
Take care.
Take care.
Yeah,
inline indicators.
Yeah. No, I know exactly
something
what
like
that
that.
is.
So one other thing that I did was because I have one of those too. One thing I did was because I didn't want to deal with these small little buckets of water for cooling the CO2. I went to Home Depot and bought one of those big plastic bins, trash cans with the lids on them. And I filled that with my distilled water. Well, about 2/3 of the way up with distilled water, and threw the pump in there, so I can run mine all day long.
Right.
It never heats up.
Right.
Because it's so much water volume. I'm
Right.
turning over so
The big
much.
heat sink. It's a
Right.
huge
Never a
heat sink.
And
problem.
you can just, and if you wanted to really cool it down more, just throw in a bag of ice or something.
You
Yep.
just pour the frozen bottles of water
Yeah,
in there.
take a 2-liter or something.
Yeah,
And then when
Like
it's
those
hot, you
bags.
throw it back in the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
I must have got
bottle of milk.
lucky. I must have got lucky because my laser is at least 25 years old. So I don't know what the deal.
Things
I
were
just
built
got,
better back in the day than they are now. Things
Yeah,
are
that was
built to fail nowadays.
Built to last. Built to
Yeah.
last.
Yeah. Planned obsolescence is the way you make more
Well,
money. So
Yeah, because the tubes on a CO2 laser is a consumable.
yep.
Always keep that in mind. They do
And
go
some
bad,
people-
and you can't buy two and store them because over time the gases leak out of the tube.
You
So
can buy, if you have a K40, you can buy a 50-watt tube. You just have to extend it. It comes out the side of
Yes,
it,
you can.
and then there's a cover you put over, so you can put a bigger tube in it.
You can put an 80-watt tube if you put in a big enough power supply,
Yeah.
Yes.
and you have the space to mount it. So you can actually take the seat, buy the K40, take it out, extend it as big as you want, put as big as a tube you want, and build a box around it, and you can have
Otherwise,
150.
just build a
Yeah,
big
bar- yeah,
flat
exactly.
plate.
I use
The
these
big
parts
packet
with a focus lens.
for only
This will
$3,
burn
I
whatever-
can print that, right?
Whatever you want to burn, this will burn.
See,
I gotta go, guys. I'm
right.
late for a.
All right,
Dixon.
Dixon.
Thank you, Dixon, for coming by. I
Thanks for
appreciate
showing
it.
the
Hey, Dixon. No, seriously, I want those files. I want the
I'll
files for
I'll
it.
print you one and sell it to you. How's
No,
that?
I don't. No, I want to do it myself.
Selling the files. Selling the files.
Sell me the
Okay, I
files.
got to perfect it yet a little bit and make some changes, but all
Okay.
right.
Let me
We'll
know when
talk
it's
to you
done.
later.
Let me know when it's done. I'll beta test.
Okay.
Dixon, if you can't get a hold of him, I'm on here every week. I can always get a hold of Jason if you can't. So
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks, man.
thank you. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Alrighty then.
So Jason's going to. So now that you're joining the CO2 group, if you join, I need your address because you can't have a CO2 laser without an NASA sticker. I'm sorry, it's just not done.
Yeah, when I first bought mine, I seen on the group all these people have the OmTech laser or a different brand. They all got a big NASA sticker. And I asked Liam, where'd that come from? He goes, well, I have one. You want one? It's an official NASA sticker. So cool.
Nice.
Because I do outreach for NASA, so I get stickers to give to the public. So
About yay big around.
yeah, I always have some. So if you do buy one, I'll need your address because I'll send you NASA.
It's against the law to run one without an NASA sticker on, isn't it, Liam?
It's against my law to run one
It's
without NASA
against,
sticker.
it's against Liam's law.
So I get you NASA stickers.
Hey, Liam, you said in OBS to pick a camera, I pick a scene, right?
You create a scene and then you inside the scene you add your camera.
Okay, so I'm going to see if I can, with OBS shut down, if I can do this with my Stream Deck. But I don't think so. It's not running.
I don't understand what you mean.
Yeah, I got to have OBS running first. So, okay.
Yeah, you have to have OBS open and you create a scene in OBS and then you go to your Stream Deck and you add an OBS scene and then you select the scene to add that button.
That's how I have it set up now. I'm just checking it.
All right, I just ordered the K40, the little blue one.
There he goes, bang. Done it.
So you have
Just so I could get a sticker.
You have my
the things you have
contact
to do
information.
to get a NASA sticker.
Yeah, you send me your information on Facebook. You have my information on Facebook.
We got a new person dropping in here. I don't think he's ever been online before. I don't know who this guy is.
Oh no! Oh no!
Stranger danger.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
That's not Pedo Pete. That's a good sign.
How you doing?
That's his case. Now, see, that's a CNC.
Hey, Lama.
I'm trying to figure out if
Can't-
I can flatten this board on the CNC.
You can.
We can't hear you very well, Lama. Your voice is very faint.
Yeah, it may not be working so well because it's freaking.
We can hear you. It's just real low.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you can flatten it out on that. Yes, you could.
It's not. I can. I know I can. If it was only 4 foot long.
Take care, Andrew.
No, you can put it in 2 sections and clamp it down and do it.
Just open the window. Just open the window and keep pushing.
Push it out the window.
It takes less than a spool. What is it, like half a spool, I think? Maybe.
When you go to move it, you'll never get the exact same plane again.
Yeah. Now BR2U will take a spool and a half, doesn't it?
Okay.
A spool and a
You
half
know
of
what you
BR2U?
need? You need a
No.
thickness planer to fix the problem.
No, it
You
took
don't need a CNC to do it.
it took less than half a spool for me. It don't take that much filament really for
No,
60.
for the beer one. It's the beer one. That'll take more than that.
So, Lama, you need a thickness planer.
No, less than half a spool to print
Yeah,
the track,
less-
both the
That
whole
will
full set.
flatten it for you.
Less than half a
Oh,
spool.
sorry. The tracks. Yeah, the tracks will take.
Less than half a spool.
Correct.
Yeah, less than 500 kilos for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe
500
around
kilos?
300.
That's a hell of a serious roll.
500 grams. Sorry. Well,
200.
it's absolutely less than 500 kilos.
Yeah,
so-
my layers were like what 333, 5% infill. Is that what you guys heard about?
I did.
I did
three,
heavier than that. I did
3 and
40% infill of mine.
I
3
think
and
I
10%.
I do 2, 2, 4, and 5% infill. Yeah.
About 250 grams is all it's going to use for the tracks. One set of tracks.
I think Alma's going to show us how it works. If we should shut up and listen to
Show
him.
us. Oh. You're the one talking.
Well, I know.
Liam, I threw my address in the private chat.
Okay, let me go grab it because I need to.
You need NASA somewhere in your room. I mean, I did the.
Oh, put in your last name.
M.
Just send it to Jason. Okay.
So you got to have NASA in your room somewhere.
There you go.
Just squeeze the worm in under the sign. There we go.
Okay, I will. I'll put it in the mail for you.
Thanks.
How many do you want?
I don't know. I only need one, right? Send whatever you want to send.
Sure.
Send 2. I'll give one to my daughter. She'll
Sure.
like it. All right. Thank you.
How old
I'd
is she?
ask for one, but the postage
She's-
cost them too much to
she's-
send to Australia.
She's 3.5. Technically, she acts like a 3-nager, though. That's what we're calling her now.
A teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alma's having stream problems.
Let me see if I have other stuff that kids, that someone her age might like.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah.
I might have some science.
Board's wider
She
than the
likes. She
plane.
really
Liam.
does like that stuff. She sits down and she does puzzles all day long. She loves the robots. She'll come in. She likes the droids that I'm doing. She saw the BR2U and she went, that one is stupid. And she turned and walked out.
Yeah, she's only 3. Once she gets to legal drinking age, she'll change her mind.
Oh yeah. Oh no, we've got her this whole big play set of Legos, and she builds up like castles and everything. And
Speaking of Legos, I didn't
I'm like,
see
wow.
Renee this weekend.
No, I haven't seen him around this weekend. I didn't even see him on my stream this morning. I think he's avoiding my streams because he knows if he goes to them, he has to buy something.
Buy something else again. Yeah, let's face it.
It's kind of like you watch QVC. They're really good at convincing you need that item, whatever it is. They're good
Well,
at
I seem to do that with. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Diesel put the K40 in their shopping cart this morning.
Cool.
And I've asked them for their order number because I'm going to report it to our
The K40 or the Auteur?
Oh, sorry, the R-Tour, sorry.
Okay.
So,
There's nothing wrong with Lego. It's the only flowers I bought my wife. Will that focus?
Because they don't die.
No, exactly. Lego flowers for the plastic
Nice.
vase. Can't die. Don't droop. Can't die.
Well, if they die, you're really doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You got a black thumb.
But,
That's not,
so
in
they
30
bought
years of marriage, I've never bought my wife
Oh,
flowers
it's
once,
very
so I'm
Nice.
okay.
Sandra doesn't like flowers for the same reason, because they just die. So
So
We
there's
just-
just no
we
point.
don't
There's just
do
no point in buying flowers.
It's like
so.
a card.
Yeah.
My son didn't get me a card for Father's Day or my birthday. He's like, well, Dad, I figured you're like me. You just look at them and, yeah, well, but still the off the count.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's something about cards you may not know. You know those cards that you open up that you can record a message on them with the little chips inside them?
Yep.
Yeah, well, if you took 4 of those cards and you put them together, you have more processing power than the Voyager spacecraft does. With its
'Cause you don't-
4 redundant computers, because the CPU in the Voyager spacecraft, right, is less powerful than the chips in those cards that are used for recording a message saying happy birthday.
Yep.
So buy 4 cards and you have more processing power than the Voyager spacecraft. And they've been running for 45 years
And still going.
and still going.
When I was in the service, there was one of the pilots that he got selected for the astronaut program, and so he went off to NASA, and of course when that happens, you're fast tracked up for promotions, whatever. So he came back a general, and I talked to him. I mean, this was a few years down there. Well, I mean, he started out as a lieutenant colonel. He wasn't too far away, right? So he came back with a couple stars, and I was talking to, and he was a great guy, so down to earth. I mean, just not, your typical Marine Corps general that you would imagine, like, R. Lee Ermey in the movies, And I talked to him, and he came back, and he was going back through the pilot training program, and I was like, you have like 3,000 hours in the F-18. Why are you doing this? He's like, well, the space shuttle is mostly wind up stuff. And when you come back, you have to retrain into technology, because technology doesn't make its way into devices that go out in space where you can't order parts.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, wow. Yeah. So he was like, it was complete regression training. You don't, you flip manual switches. You wind up the clock every 7 days. You make sure the springs are tight and that kind of stuff. He's like, there's computers. Yes. Don't get me wrong.
But there's reasons for it.
Yes, absolute reasons, so that you can fix it. You can make sure it's working, and it continues to work mechanically out in space, where if you burn a resistor and you don't have one, you're not going to Radio Shack.
I think it was Comgrow, the rep for Comgrow, and I'm not going to say what I think her name is, but she had a post a few weeks ago wanting to know if ISS had a Creality printer on it, and I about laughed, because whatever they have on ISS costs zillions of dollars and would be the best.
Actually, they have a custom built printer, but it's built along the lines of the TAS design. But
isn't there 3 out there? There's 3, isn't there, Lee?
Well, there's one in each of the modules. Whatever the printer is will be astronomically expensive.
Well, the printer is not astronomically expensive. The shipping cost was a killer.
The charge per kilo to get it there is quite
expensive. So the printer is not really stupidly expensive, but it was a custom build by a company in California. But yeah, shipping cost was really expensive. I think it cost them like I think per kilo, I think it was something like about $1 million per kilo.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And there is no return to sender if something breaks down.
Yeah, there's no Amazon 30-day return.
Well, you just drop it out the window.
Push it out.
You can't do that, because if you went into space and you just let go of something, it would move with you in orbit. It would stay with you.
It'll gravitate around the space station.
You gotta give it a little shot.
It actually moves in orbit.
How do they dispose of the toilet? It goes in a bag, hits the atmosphere, and burns up?
And it's actually, they store it, and on board, they actually don't dump it over, right? As some people think.
And they recycle the urine, right?
They recycle all the urine, so all the liquid waste is reused.
And the solid waste goes back,
And the solid waste is actually putting into the resupply missions as in a container, and that burns up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, okay.
So that's actually brought into the right orientation, and the engines are fired, and it actually slows it down so it falls, and it burns up, and it burns up over the South Pacific. So it's because they use the South Pacific because it's really deep, and all the rocket, any rocket parts that come back, they actually deorbit over the South Pacific because it's really deep there, and then it'll splash down in the ocean, whatever survives.
So all that fresh ocean air that you're breathing is just astronaut poop.
Yeah, correct.
Nice.
But when you cook it at 4,000 degrees, there's nothing.
Doesn't leave much puff mesh.
It's purified astronaut poop.
It's purified astronaut poop. Yes.
The things we discuss on these streams.
I know.
It always boils down to balls and poop. Jerry's case, golden showers.
Lama was the first person to mention poop about an hour and a half ago.
No, Jerry was talking about golden showers before. Remember?
No, Lama brought up something about poop first.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And
Lama's not on, so we can blame him for everything anyway.
He's still working out how to get his board through his window.
Yeah. That's funny.
But it's saying
Oh my
it's the width, not the length. That's Llama's problem.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to go there.
No, seriously.
Right? Yeah.
Seriously, he says there the board is way wider than the planer. That's
It's
what he's saying.
wider than the planer, yeah.
That's what he's saying. It's width, not
He's,
length.
he's
That's why
saying
he
that
invented
his
saws.
stick doesn't fit in the hole.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Once he gets it in, he hasn't got a problem, but he's got to get it in the hole to start with. Yeah.
Well, that's why he invented saws.
Hey, like Liam says, dry PTFE lube. It solves everything.
Crisco.
No, this is Llama. It has to be blue tape.
Yeah, Crisco.
Blue tape.
Get the large can of Crisco open. That'll sort it.
Yeah, I know, but it has to be blue tape. It's Llama. Everything's solved by blue tape. Yeah, there is a satellite graveyard in the South Pacific.
Man.
Yeah, that's where they all splash down into. And that's on purpose, because the Pacific is the biggest ocean, and it's really.
But at least
deep
they
over
can
there.
plan it, unlike China. They know where it's going to land.
Well, no,
Right.
China lands it on roads. The
In your
SRB.
yard.
Yeah, their
Yeah.
SRBs have landed on people's houses. They've landed on roads. I saw one, the last launch they did. Someone was driving on the road. They said they came around the corner and they took a photograph.
The large.
And the SRB was actually on the road.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't care where they dump it.
Don't
They
care.
dump it
I
over-
think
over
out here
vinegar.
somewhere, I think it's in like Alabama or somewhere, there was a cement truck that had flipped over and it was full of cement. And when the tow truck came, it was too heavy to take the drum, right?
Mm.
So they took the truck away and the drum has just sat there for years.
Oh, yeah.
People have gone and painted it like a space capsule, so it looks like a space capsule was abandoned.
Did you see what the guy did I think he was in Germany? He had an observatory. He was a professor at some university. They had an observatory. So he went out there and he painted the observatory. It looks like R2-D2.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, the dome on top.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like R2-D2.
Oh, that's funny. Yes, I can do it with
blue tape. Let me see if I can find that. One second.
Yeah, they find that. That'd be quite cool.
Oh man,
Yeah, none of the. That's not a droid. This is a droid.
that's a droid.
Try and put that on your printer bed.
Yeah, here, let me share my screen here.
Okay.
Share screen. 1 second. I'll pick the screen.
Let's see.
I'm going to move you off the screen so I can share this. Well, no, I can bring it over here. It's easier. Let me do this. 1 second. There, Jerry. So here's the pictures. That's an observatory.
Well done.
He did a
Nice.
great job of it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, now if it had a big telescope lens sticking out the front, he could have made it a Dalek.
Then
There you go.
he painted black for that. Let me
There's an
open the
option for an
page. Here,
upgrade.
here, look.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's funny though. That's
That
funny.
is good.
Yeah, they took that's what it used to look like, and that's what they turned it into.
That's
That's
funny.
that's great. That is great. Put a few panels
Yeah.
on. That is great. Give him full marks to that. That is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, kudos to that one.
Yeah.
Now he needs to print the water evaporator thing and put it outside.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool is to print that and send it beside it?
Yeah.
Right?
Or turn around and print a get one of the cell phone companies to put up a tower that
Cell
looks
tower,
like a
yeah.
water
Paint it the
evaporator.
same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would even look better because and they would actually have a working cell tower.
Oh man.
So yeah, that was a cool project.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you just think, go to work one day. But what if we painted our dome like R2-D2? Nah, we couldn't do that.
on the bed.
Yeah. They won't let us.
I have to
Don't
tell
ask,
you one
just do
thing. I'm working with one of our local parks about building an observatory. And if I can convince them to put in an observatory dome like that,
Go for it. That's going to happen, eh?
I will paint it as R2-D2. I'm telling you here and now, it will look like R2-D2 if it goes in.
Too bloody right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's all walls, so you should be okay.
Yeah, no panels to open, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, there is one part of the front that opens, but yeah.
Yeah, with the telescope to come out, but most of the time it's shut. During the day it's shut.
Oh,
Don't see it.
I would make it. I'd paint it exactly like that. But I would do the whole works because I'm working with them, and they're kind of in favor of doing this, like building an observatory. They're just not sure which
design to go for.
Funding first of all, and then they're unsure about whether to go with this or a roll-off roof, because you can get observability with a roof rolls off. A flat roof. It looks like a normal build, like a normal outhouse you'd expect, but the roof actually will roll on and off.
But you could have tell
I've been streaming for 3 hours 42 minutes. I'm going to call it, guys. I didn't sleep much last night, and I'm getting really tired. So
that's fine. It's fine. No problem.
It's always been fun.
But yeah, it's been a blast. Like I said, next Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific, I'm doing a huge giveaway. Tim from DWIT 3D will be my co-host. I've got upwards of 30-ish giveaways. It'll be some of it worldwide.
You've got a great swag bag, so there should be no excuse for not getting a great crowd to watch it.
Right before the stream, I'll post a Google Doc. You have to be present to win and over 18, and that's it. So please like, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate it.
That's a problem.
I'm disqualified.
The 3 of us on this group.
Yeah.
You mean actual age, not a mentality, right?
Not mentality.
Yeah. Mentally over 18, we have a problem. If it's 50,
our combined mental ages wouldn't make the grade.
It's like I always say, aging is mandatory. Maturing is optional.
No, maturing is regression. In our case, it's regression for the age.
But yeah, thank you everybody for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And like I said, I do this each and every week. I occasionally have special guests on, and I always have great people on the Hangout. So thank you very much, everybody, and happy printing. Thank you, guys.
Take care.